NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. The rare three-game day in Omaha, Nebraska. LSU and UCLA started last night. Bad weather came, so fans filed out after they finished earlier today. And now we re-up this afternoon with Oregon State and Louisville fans ready to go. The Beavers won an elimination game, and they play in this one against Louisville after these one were in a classic on Friday. Ivar Arquette, star power on one side against Eddie King Jr. Ivar Arquette's a first-round pick for Oregon State, and he scored the winning run for the Beavers on Friday against Louisville. But Eddie King Jr., the senior stud, and the Cards bounced back Sunday with a crazy comeback against Arizona to stick around Omaha a little longer. And yesterday, we witnessed history. Arkansas starter Gage Wood threw a 19-strikeout no-hitter, only the third no-hitter in the history of this event. Then Jared Jones and LSU got it started against UCLA, and the Tigers are 2-0. 6 teams left in Omaha, double elimination. One winner from each bracket goes to the championship series, a best-of-3 that starts on Saturday. LSU and Coastal in great shape. With that, we say hello and thanks for joining us. Alongside Ben McDonald and Chris Burke, I'm Mike Monaco. Danny Wexelman joins us in a moment. Oregon State head coach Mitch Canham said to us earlier today, we like doing it the hard way. Well, they have got their wish here in this postseason.
Yeah, but they're no stranger to that. I mean, think about this. The Pac-12 dissolved last year. They chose to be an independent team. They only played 19 home games this year, fewer than anybody in the country. And I tell you what, they lose game one of their regionals. They win 4 in a row, scoring 50 runs. And they get the super regionals, win game one, lose game two, but advance. And now they find themselves here in Omaha facing elimination yet again. And as you mentioned, Mitch Canham said, hey, guys, it's supposed to be this way. It's supposed to be hard. And so he should know more than anybody because he won 2 national titles as a player for Oregon State.
And Louisville should know as well because on Sunday they played in an elimination game against Arizona and got 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, they needed them too because it was slow sledding there early on. But then they erupted in the bottom of the 8th. 6 hits. They did a little bit of everything. There were line drives. There were extra base hits. There was clutch hitting. They played the inside game and ran the bases, which is what this offense is built on. So a Louisville team that hung a 6th spot on Arizona to stay alive, coming into this game with a ton of momentum.
And check out what the offense did in the first 6 innings of its first 2 games compared to the last 3 innings where they have really picked it up. And now we get a rematch. The Beavers and the Cards in action again. Who stays alive and faces Coastal Carolina tomorrow? We'll find out with first pitch coming up next.
Welcome back to the Men's College World Series. On Sunday, Louisville was facing elimination against Arizona. Dan McDonald pulled his team together in the bottom of the 6th. They were down 3-1, and he looked them in the eyes and said, we have 4 innings from this moment to take this game over. And they did. His fiery pleas were inspired by his players and a college football legend.
I definitely have a little bit of old school in me. I can bring the Saban out of me with the best of them. There's no guarantee that it works, but I'm just going to be who I am.
We're the best offense in the nation. He expects more from us just like we expect more from each other. Let's go. It's time.
It's just a part of who we are, and we're just going to leave it all out there like we do every single game.
Flared into right, and that ball is fair.
Toughness is a muscle. You're not born with toughness.
Louisville leads.
We just believe in each other. We say we're the best team in the nation the last 3 innings.
The Cards comeback completes.
This isn't the first time this season Dan McDonald's done it, at least a dozen times. And he told me today, guys, that sometimes you just got to take it to the next level. And that he did, Mike.
Yeah, he sure did. Press the right button in the right spot, and now another elimination game. And Ben, they hand the baseball to the senior right-hander from Illinois and the transfer from Indiana State, Brennan Cutts.
Yeah, only making his 2nd start of the year. Those 25 appearances, 24 of them out of the bullpen. Strikeout to walk ratio is solid, though. 39 strikeouts, 15 walks, 2nd start of the year. His slider for him is the best pitch. The fastball is a good one, and he's going to use it heavy, but the out pitch is a slider. Opponent's hitting just 143 off of that pitch.
He faces this Oregon State batting order brought to you by Capital One. 2nd most home runs in a season in program history, and the all-time home run leader is Gavin Turley.
And he has put a ball striking display for us here so far at the College World Series. It has been 100 miles an hour plus every time he has hit a fair ball so far. This is the hottest bat maybe in the field.
I think so.
Yeah.
I'd give you that.
Yeah, his average exit velocity 108, and that's 7 balls he's put in play. That's pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got on conditions today to hit? What do you think?
You better impact it. That wind is blowing straight in. So yeah, you better hit it square if you're going to make any outfielder turn and run today.
Here we go, round 2 between Oregon State and Louisville. Day 5 of the Men's College World Series. Cuts to Trent Carraway and a swinging strike 1, and off we go. Trent Carraway, the sophomore third baseman from Dana Point, California. He's draft eligible. Kylie McDaniel's got him top 90 in his MLB draft rankings. Homered in all 5 games of their regional. Line drive into right field, a base hit that was scorched by Trent Carraway and a leadoff single.
Speaking of ball striking, that is a 106 mile an hour rocket to right. Carraway was crazy hot first couple rounds. Swung and missed a little bit here in Omaha, but that now his 3rd hit of the College World Series, and that's how you draw it up there. Leadoff line drive for the big fella, Iva Arquette.
The 6'5", 220-pound junior shortstop from Hawaii, who transferred in from Washington this year and is 8th on our MLB draft rankings. And I know, Ben, you've been eager to get a look at Iva Arquette.
It's not every day you see 6'5" shortstops out there running around. One of the biggest that I can remember for sure.
It's only a few of us, Ben.
3 hits for Iva on Friday against this Louisville team, then 0 for 4 on Sunday against Coastal for the Beavers.
I'm not sure if Berkey stood up on the chair he's sitting in. If he'd be 6'5", would it be close?
There's only a couple of us. Short list.
Short is right.
The 0-1. That is poked foul, and it's 0-2 on Iva Arquette. Good to see you fellas are off and running, playing nicely.
Some things never change. Just the weather around here.
We're well rested. We're not snippy for that reason.
No.
We only have the 1 game today.
I'm still in some ways trying to digest yesterday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone is. Cuts 0-2. Arquette stays alive. And that no-hitter was incredible from Gage Wood and had not just the college baseball world, but really the sports world buzzing.
A lot of people weighed in on that performance by Mr. Wood.
Patrick Mahomes was tweeting about it like the second it was over. 0-2. That's down from Cuts.
That's to me what's so cool about the College World Series is everybody's watching. You know, we talked about this the other day. I mean, in the big leagues right now, guys are sitting in the clubhouse right now. 30 teams are getting ready to go play the highest level of baseball in the world. But you know what's on the TV in the clubhouse right now? This game right here. They're watching the College World Series.
Any messages you want to pass along to big league clubhouses?
No, I'm just lock in, boys, because I tell you what, y'all gonna have company soon. There's a group coming in this draft coming up that's going to be pushing some folks at the big league level real soon. I promise you.
Well, the likes of Iva Arquette, Louisville, very talented team as well. 41 wins out of the ACC. And they're throwing Cuts today. A guy who they brought in from Indiana State, like we said, where last year Brendan Cuts was the Missouri Valley Conference Pitcher of the Year. Had a 3.69 ERA, 80-plus innings, and they thought that he might be a weekend starter this year. He's a very versatile arm. Arquette strikes out on 93, and there's 1 away. So 1 out, 1 on, and it brings up the aforementioned 3-hitter for Oregon State, Gavin Turley. And Berkey, Ben, you guys said it, this has been clinical in terms of exit velocities. So it's 7 balls in play for Turley so far, and these are all of the exit velos.
That's impressive right there. Literally no mishits from a hitter that is legendary at Oregon State. I mean, our all-time leader in home runs, all-time leader in postseason RBIs. I mean, he's got his name all over that record book. He is putting on a show for us so far here in Omaha.
Yeah, to put it in perspective, at the big league level, we were just talking about any ball hit 95 miles an hour or harder is considered a hard hit ball, to kind of give you an idea. Now, you could make the argument ball coming off aluminum bat, naturally going to be a little bit hotter than coming off of wood, but still, that's impressive.
He's been locked in, junior from the mountains of Midway, Utah. It's a good breaking ball from Cutts.
That's the out pitch right there, but he's got to throw enough of those fastballs to get him thinking about that fastball and use the breaking ball. The key for me, for him against the right-handers too, is use your fastball on the inside part of the plate occasionally. Speed those bats up a little bit to be able to get to that breaking ball.
Oh, 1 to Gavin Turley. That's a fastball away, and it's 0-2 on Turley.
In general, he has way more success versus righties than lefties. I mean, it's really interesting how much more the fastball plays versus righties than left-handers. So a good matchup, right? Last time we saw Jacob Morrison facing a right-handed heavy Oregon State lineup, he had success, and Cutts does very well against righties too, which is what Oregon State features.
Another strikeout for Brennan Cutts. Back-to-back against the big bats, Ivar Arquette and Gavin Turley.
Well, he is spinning that thing right now, and he's starting in the perfect spot. With 2 strikes, you want to, as a pitcher, ideally to start something that looks like a strike when it comes out of your hand. This one looks like a strike, but it just kind of worked his way down and away off the outside edge, and second punch out of the day for Cutts.
So 2 down, Trent Caraway at first for the cleanup man, the senior catcher Wilson Weber from Gresham, Oregon. 4th year with the Beavers, 1st year as the full-time guy, and this has been the best season of his career with the bat. Told you earlier, he's a fun personality on this team. We've heard from teammates and coaches alike who describe him as very laid back. They've challenged him to really lead and get to know the pitching staff as the full-time, everyday catcher this season.
Well, that's what you're signing up for when you raise your hand to catch. If you're going to be a starting catcher on a championship team, you've got to be part of the leadership group. Weber is certainly taking that role on this year.
Caraway runs, the pitch is strike. Matt Klein's throw is not close on the breaking ball. So Trent Caraway's in scoring position.
I like it. Pick a pitch to steal on. You get a breaking ball, that is a much better pitch to steal on. They pick the right pitch, and Caraway is in easy. I think even a good throw, he beats that one with no problem. And now the Beavers have a runner in scoring position here with 2 outs.
Yeah, and Oregon State doesn't steal many bases. That's only the 37th stolen base of the year. 300 D1 teams out there. That's 270th they rank in stolen bases.
Well, Wilson Weber's now in a 2-strike count, even with Caraway at second. That's a good heater with life for Brennan Cutts.
Been getting some swings and misses in the strike zone. The fastball's been impressive early on.
His 1-2. Talk about swing and miss on a fastball in the strike zone. That was one of the most impressive parts of Gage Wood yesterday.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it'd been one thing if they were swinging at a bunch of balls at their eyeballs. I mean, he was throwing the ball right at the top of the zone, and they just couldn't get the barrel to it.
Brennan Cutts 2-2. Swing and a miss. Ben, if you got him, what do you do?
If you got him, you spin it. And I'll tell you what, Brennan Cutts yet 3 of them down here in the 1st inning. Big time breaking ball and a good start for the senior.
These next few games, win every pitch, win every inning, win a ball game. We're the best late inning team in the nation.
Throw, hit, catch, the outcome should go our way.
Must win for both these teams, win or go home in Omaha. As we check out the Louisville batting order, brought to you by Capital One, and a lot of production from the bottom 3rd.
Yeah, it's somebody new with Hot down there at the DH, but Rose and Neighbors have been fantastic. It's a big reason Louisville got to go in there late. Those 2 hitters were right in the middle of that rally.
They're going to face a big-time arm for Oregon State. The junior lefty from Portland, Nelson Keljo, who is a top 100 draft prospect.
Yeah, 6'4", 228-pound left-hander, and he is put together, folks. There's the numbers on the year. 3 wins, a solid ERA, 55 innings worked. He can strike you out, 60 of those, man. He's a jack of all trades. Kind of been in and out of that rotation for the Beavers, and it's as heavy usage as you'll see on a fastball. He'll throw that fastball 71% of the time. Got a breaking ball to go with it. The new craze, the kick change, he's got one of those, and show you the occasional cutter every now and then.
Get the full mix on the bump for Mitch Canham and the Beavers today. Mitch Canham, 6th-year head coach, won the Men's College World Series here, of course, in 06 and 07 as the backstop for the Beavers, and now his first trip here as the head coach after he replaced a legend in Pat Casey.
Mitch Canham's a young guy. Was he about 40 years old? But like it's old. Like when I talk to him, I feel like he's 60 as far as his approach and the things that he says. It's an old school approach that he has. It's tough. Like it's tough love playing for that dude. He gonna pat you on the tail end every now and then, but he gonna get in your grill every now and then too. Well, I like that about him.
And he also oozes positivity. So backs against the wall, you're not getting much different with the public messaging from Canham. Keljo spins a fastball at 96, just out of the zone to Alex Alicea. Sophomore shortstop from Milwaukee is again in the leadoff spot. Playing with a banged up thumb, so a switch hitter is hitting left on left. Guy who has taken over at short this year because Gavin Keelan transferred out of Louisville after a couple of seasons and went to Tennessee, who was a top 16 national seed, but got bounced by Arkansas in the Supers. 98 already from Keljo, but 3-0. Keljo began the year as the Friday night starter, but down the stretch, Ben told you, he's been in a relief role. Keljo has said it was a little difficult for him at the start to go back to the bullpen. Jared Denny wrote about this in the Salem Statesman Journal a few weeks ago. And the changing pitch mix from Keljo as well. It is heavy fastball. That's what we're seeing here. And then he's kind of scrapped the slider and gone to an occasional curveball as well. 3-2.
Yeah, all heaters here so far. Not surprising against Alicea. I think a pitcher that typically throws this many fastballs is even gonna, he might even throw us more today.
Yeah.
The way this wind's blowing, like I think he's just gonna grab that 4-seamer and rip it.
You know, walks can be an issue for Keljo every now and then. If you look at Louisville and the stolen bases that they have, man, nearly 160 of them a year, you better fill up the strike zone and make them at least earn their way on.
Off his bare hand, he supermans it to first. Wow.
Who says pitchers aren't athletes, Berkey? Come on. My man jumped.
And he lost his cleat in the process and just went hopscotching back to it.
I was just about to get on him because the ball was going right to the shortstop, and it was going to be, I think it's going to be a pretty routine.
You can't.
First, the previous play is under review.
You can't think that fast, though. I mean, you see something coming back at you, you want to catch it.
With your hand? With your bare hand? I mean, you can't think, don't put my bare hand.
It happens too fast.
Come on, man. Look at this. Shortstop. Arquette's like, bro.
Do you know?
They pay me scholarship money, too. That's wild, bro.
Come on now.
He's full extension with no shoe. Look, full extension with no shoe, and he grabs it and throws it in one move accurately. You gotta be kidding me. That might be the most athletic pitching play I've ever seen.
But Louisville is challenging this. It's going to be an infield single.
I think he's safe.
It's getting overturned.
That's the old, you got to give him credit for such a great play, but not in the replay era.
Dude, how loose were those shoes? I mean, how do you come out of that shoe? Were they even tied?
I think he was.
After review, the call at first will be overturned. The runner is safe. Louisville retains their challenge. They have 2 challenges remaining.
I think he's got him tied, Ben. I think that's just how hard he went after that ball, and he was on the slope. Like he's on the slope in a weird position. And when he lands and pushes off, it just comes right out from underneath. That is, look at this. That is wild. And then he took a header to the turf.
I'm worried about his right wrist, his glove hand.
You get the shirt untucked. Like, we've already got a grass stain, which isn't usually like the case for a pitcher.
He checked a lot of boxes on the first batter.
I mean, we took a picture of our footwear up here in the booth pregame. Little did we know we were getting right into a discussion on the pitcher's footwear.
Goodness.
Don't be surprised if you see a bunt here. This is a perfect time to slug bunt here with a left-handed pitcher right at the second baseman.
Good call. Lucas Moore takes a called strike. Super speedy center fielder.
Yeah, if I get a hard-throwing lefty with a runner on first, like the time to bunt towards second base is now. You bunt it right at the second baseman, and then you beat the pitcher. You either beat the ball or beat the pitcher to the base. At the least, you get a runner on second.
You guys talked about it. This Louisville offense loves to get in motion, loves to create. That was a big part of that bottom of the 8th inning against Arizona on Sunday.
Yeah, they get on. They're going to make you defend now. You're going to have to defend the run game. You're going to have to defend the inside game.
They will speed you up, and for a pitcher, that's the worst thing.
Safe. Better get back. That was nifty.
Because as a pitcher, when I get sped up a little bit, that's when the ball starts to get up in the zone a little bit. I start to make some mistakes every now and then.
158 bags for the Cards. It's the way Dan McDonnell has always run it. 2-2.
Yeah, it's a big jump from last year. Last year, 105 bags. This year, 158 of them.
Dan McDonnell looking at Lucas Moore like, why are you late on a fastball? We told you this dude's throwing heaters. Shorten up and get ready for a fastball.
2-2, runner goes, and this is lined into left toward the corner. Gavin Turley over toward the wall, and it's into the seats. Nice play. Nice handoff as well.
Yeah, 71% heaters, man.
What
else are you looking for right now?
What do we think about? If you swing and miss at a slider, you swing and miss at a slider. But we can't swing at a heater when the ball's in the glove.
Berkey, you asked Mitch Canham about Nelson Keljo this morning. He said, big physical fella. You asked about the fastball. He said, yeah, he throws some of those.
Throws a lot of those.
But why not? I mean, opponent's hitting 214 off of a pitch he uses 71% of the time. That's a pretty good number.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something special to it for sure. And I just like to take a moment and give the Oregon State strength and conditioning program some love. They got some real dudes on this roster. I mean, his team is put together.
6'4", 228 pounds. And Keljo is ripped. Keljo had done some piggybacking this year with Eric Segura, who we already saw earlier in the weekend. And recently, Keljo's been coming on in relief.
So you could tell pretty early with left-hander. For me, when I got to first base on a left-hander, I was going to get as big a lead as possible and make him pick. So far they've seen a pretty bad token move and then the old Terry Mulholland step off the back of the rubber move. Neither one of them all that effective, and I would say Louisville's going to keep extending their lead.
Alisea goes. This is bounced to second at A.J. Singer, who's only plays first. Alisea moves up. Lucas Moore is retired. Well, let's talk more about Nelson Keljo. And Ben, you mentioned a lot of the heater.
Yeah, I tell you what, this is kind of what he likes to do, and he can dial it up too. He'll throw that fastball, as we mentioned, a high percentage of time. He can get up to 95. There's a slider on the outside part of the plate. And guys, he was on the bump and collected the final out to push Oregon State to the College World Series.
Coming out of the Super Regional in Corvallis, where it was an electric atmosphere as Oregon State got past Florida State, the #9 national seed. All right, so man in scoring position for the catcher for Louisville, junior captain Matt Klein, who is from Louisville, went to Trinity High School, and his father, Scott, played at Louisville as well.
And Louisville's been pretty good so far in 2 games at the College World Series, runners in scoring position. They're hitting .360, which is a pretty good number. 9 for 25 so far.
Klein entered the year as their best bat. He was 1 for 5 against these Beavers on Friday with a single for Dan McDonnell's team after coming back after missing a few months with a broken bone near his wrist. We started talking about this the other day with Matt Klein, how he keeps a book on all umpires, and he learns facts about them, their family life, their hobbies, writes down notes in his book about their strike zone as well.
I love that, man. That's doing your homework right there, and that'll pay off with some umpires.
Well, we talked about it with Weber last half inning. Again, you're signing up for a different level of commitment and leadership when you're trusted with the catching position. I think both these guys have embraced that, and Klein really going to another level there with the journaling piece.
Well, he works a 4-pitch walk against Nelson Keljo, and there's 2 on for Louisville here in the bottom of the first with just 1 out. Yeah, Klein is such an important part of this team. They missed him dearly when he was out for 2 months. And he leads this staff. Big part of their offense as well. And we're going to get a visit from Wilson Weber to chat with Keljo.
Here we go. The old hum kid right here.
Calm him down, man. Try to get him through the first inning. I always said this, the first inning for me was always the toughest one, because what I thought I had in that bullpen, it didn't translate a lot of times to the game mound, because you can't create that adrenaline flow that you get when the batter steps in the box, you hop on the game mound. You can't create that down in the bullpen. And you might have left there thinking, well, I got a good breaking ball there, a good changeup, and all of a sudden you just can't find it on the mound. And now you're navigating through the best hitters on the other team right away, and it can give up. You can give up a run or two pretty quick.
And again, first start in some time for Nelson Keljo. And now the cleanup man for Louisville, the junior Jake Monroe from Champaign, Illinois. Came here second on this team in OPS. Had a couple of hits Friday against Oregon State for the junior college transfer who went to John A. Logan. Had a huge super. Told us that was big for him because he scuffled, by his standards, he said, in the regular season.
Well, he's gotten hot at the right time. Well, he hit some balls in that super regional out of sight in a packed Jim Patterson Stadium. And this is the kind of at-bat you dream about right here. You got a chance early to grab some momentum. Looked like your starting pitcher had his best stuff. Louisville trying to get off to a quick start here with one of their hottest hitters.
21st pitch. It's down and away, 2-1 from Nelson Keljo.
This is the kind of pitch you just can't be late. You know the scouting report. He's struggling to find the strike zone. You were tardy on your first offering. You've now seen 3 pitches. This is the one you got to make the adjustment on right here. Oh, breaking ball, Ben. How about that?
In there, huh? That looked kind of like that little cutter that we're talking about.
I think so.
Yeah.
87.
Yep, a little bit of movement to it.
Keljo against Monroe. And a spin and a check on Alicea.
It's a big pitch, too, because if you miss your 3-1 and now you're really in a dead red count, right? But just the ability to slow one pitch down, put that in a hitter's mind, and get to an even count. That is a really well done pitch there by Keljo to even up this count.
Two on, 1 out, 2-2. And a full count on Jake Monroe. You know, Keljo has had command issues this year, but when he's talked about it, he has said that it's been the breaking ball and the changeup that he has struggled to throw strikes with. He says his fastball strike percentage for the most part has been okay, but he's trying to find the zone here. Last one was 99, and now a 3-2. It's popped up foul. And the velo is premium.
Yeah, no problem with the velo.
Well, he's been ticking up over the last couple weeks. So the 5 hardest pitches he's thrown this year have all been in this postseason. And we talked about that with Zach Root the other day, where it's not usual for pitchers' velo to be ticking up here at the end, but Keljo certainly has.
Yeah, and another guy that doesn't have a ton of innings under his belt either, you know, because he's been in and out of that rotation.
In the air to right, into the corner. Easton Talt goes over, and that one is into the seats.
Well, another piece of playing into the wind all the time is the wind always exaggerates the spin of the ball. And we see balls so often here that start, I mean, that ball is probably, what, 30 feet fair when it was hit? But it has a little slight spin on it, and it ends up, instead of maybe a double down the right field line, that thing just carries into the seats.
It's like you want to be middle of the fairway. You don't want to be right when you go out and play on a Monday.
No, you got to start it just a shade off the left rough.
A little bit easier to hit when it's not moving, though.
Maybe.
8th pitch. Monroe stays alive.
I know some people make it look pretty tough, Ben.
I've played with some hitters, man. I'm like, how do you hit a ball going 95 like that and you can't hit one that's just sitting still on the tee? You're spraying it everywhere. Like Army golf out there. Left, right, back and forth. Will Clark was the worst. I love you, Will, if you listen, man, but he could play some Army golf.
Ben, do you golf?
I used to golf a bunch. I used to golf a whole lot, and Will's great to play with, though. Will, you know, of course, Will's a little bit different. He's going to write thrill on his golf ball, first of all, and then he's going to get over the top of it, and he's going to look at it and he say, all right, thrill, right down the middle. And he takes this, and look, it goes out of sight, but it may go out of sight this way, and every now and then he'll find the fairway.
3-2 is strike 3 called.
That's nothing. He just
With the off speed from Nelson Keljo to freeze Jake Monroe for out number 2, as Alisea does move to 3rd.
And why is Matt Klein still at first base? So usually if the lead guy goes, you're going too. Is that our first look at the kick change right there, maybe?
I don't know. That ball was almost had slider. I'd like to see that again. Almost looked like it had slider spin to it, but it's almost like a bullet spin slider, meaning it had more vertical in it than it had anything.
Yeah,
that's
right.
a slider.
Yeah.
That's more of a bullet spin slider, so it's not a whole lot of horizontal in it. It's just got depth to it.
So Klein did stay at first. Keljo's got 2 down. He's thrown 29 pitches, and now he's going to face the 5-man Eddie King Jr. Takes ball 1. Senior from Illinois, 2nd team All-ACC, and arrived here 2nd in the conference in OPS, ahead of the stars in the league like Alex Lodies, Drew Burris, Daniel Cuvée, and just mashing on this 10-game hitting streak. Line drive over Arquette into left field. Louisville strikes first on a rocket from Eddie King.
This is how you drop the head on one now. Anytime you're facing a high spin heater, you're trying to get the ball down in the zone. Look where this pitch is. Down at his kneecaps, and Eddie King, who is as hot as any hitter in the country, a 111 1-iron into left field. That ball was juiced off the bat of Eddie King Jr., who continues to come up with huge hits for this club.
Boy, if Matt Klein would have moved up when Alisea moved up, Louisville had 2 runs right now.
Instead, Teg Davis, the freshman first baseman with 18 home runs, bats with runners at first and second.
To be fair, that was 111, and your catcher's running. Maybe, maybe not, but potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah.
I'd like the option.
Left side strike.
Still not sure why Matt Klein didn't go. He was staring at Alisea as he took off and just didn't pull the trigger. It just shows you that maybe he wasn't anticipating, which is odd in the 3-2 count.
Boy, this kid standing at the home plate, he can fill up a batter's box and he can turn one around in a hurry.
6'4", 225 out of Malvern Prep in Philly. Son of Ben Davis, former 2nd overall pick. And we got limited buttons, it looks like, for Teg Davis on the uni.
That's the way Coach Rooney teaches them at Malvern Prep.
Yeah. Shades on, 2-1. I mean, it's pretty elite, the whole fit we got working with Teg Davis right now for a freshman.
Shades on, buttons unbuttoned, TV tape. We're checking a lot of boxes.
Bro, you got 18 jacks. You can do whatever you want to do. 51 ribbies.
Shirt out, buttons undone. 2-2. Davis strikes out. Nelson Keljo limits the damage in a lengthy bottom of the 1st. Well, Jake Monroe punched out, and then he relayed the message to Eddie King Jr. about facing Nelson Keljo. And Eddie King Jr. stays hot, and Louisville strikes first in this elimination game at the Men's College World Series. The NCAA Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? And in part by Lexus. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer. Friday night, Oregon State walked it off. Gavin Turley scored Iva Arquette against Louisville, who had tied it in the top of the 9th in a game that was just wacky.
Yeah, maybe one of the strangest top of the ninths we've ever seen, but the Beavs made up for it with some clutch hitting in the bottom half.
It was the way things have gone for Oregon State this year. 48 wins and a flair for the dramatic. 5, 6, and 7 in the second, starting with A.J. Singer. Rich Dorman, the pitching coach for the Beavers, had a great line to us the other day about that game. He said, that's what we do. There's always a little bit of drama with us. He said our poor fan base has probably had multiple heart attacks watching us this year. Brennan cuts, drops one in for a strike, 1-1.
My favorite Rich Dorman line was that he said Wilson Weber looked like a glitch on a video game when he went running the wrong direction after the ball.
And we can say it because he told Wilson Weber that.
That's right.
Leaks inside from Brennan Cuts. 2-1 on Singer. Singer's a Glendale, Arizona native, JUCO transfer from Iowa Western. Kyle Peterson will tell you that's not that far from this ballpark. Singer had a couple of hits Friday against these Cards.
Fastball got a little cut life to it, Ben.
You can see it. It's slightly going from right to left. Four-seam grip, and sometimes if you don't have that finish straight down and you finish at a little bit at an angle like that, you'll get a little bit of cut.
Cuts had a 16-pitch first. Fan 3. He's got a full count here on Singer. Brennan Cuts, 3-2. Up the ladder with that cutting action, and Singer gets aboard.
Guys, so I wanted to tell you over at first base, Tig Davis is using a backup glove. That's the backup one. I saw between innings his glove going over to the stands. Delroy Robinson. He is the father of the bullpen assistant coach, Cam Robinson, relacing the glove in between innings. It was broken during warm-ups today, so he is furiously relacing. They brought it back in to make sure it was okay, and so he's using a backup right now, and Delroy told me he's replaced 9 so far already in Omaha, relacing furiously for this team, guys.
Most valuable father fan award, no doubt. Like, wow. Hey, man, your glove goes down before the game. Playing in the College World Series, like
panic mode.
Yes, like we somebody's got to fix this. Good thing they got him a good seat with the ticket allotment there.
Dell is living large over there.
They knew what they were doing.
Looked like he might have done that once or twice before.
Apparently, what, 9 times this year?
He was getting after it.
That's pretty quick work too.
You ever tried to relace your glove?
No, that wouldn't work well. No.
I tried it, and it came back, and the pieces did not go back where they started.
Yeah, that would.
It was all over the place.
I'm smart enough to not even try. That's just a waste of time.
How many gloves you go through in a normal season in the big leagues for both of you?
One for me.
Yeah.
I was only out there 35 times.
Only time if it breaks.
Now, that was my game glove, so I never brought it out unless I was, pitching. You got the shag gloves, and you got your gamer.
I'd keep a gamer 3 years at a time.
And then just it had run its course, or it would tell you.
Get too floppy.
Got
especially for turning double plays. You want to have a little firmness to it. But yeah, man, those gloves, boy, you get attached to those things. Like once you trust it, you do not want to use another one.
2-1 on the DH, Tice Peterson. Another check.
Look at that. Dropped it.
Tig Davis using the backup mitt.
Rule number 1 with your glove, you need it to catch. Okay, write that down. The glove needs to be able to catch.
They might give you an Emmy for that.
Yeah, it's a really important part of the game that your glove can catch. And we can already see that. I guarantee you Dan McDonald heart just skipped a beat right now. Like, oh boy.
That is just up. And it's 3-1 on Tice Peterson from Brennan Cuts. Cuts has been good in the postseason, 3 outings overall. And facing Peterson here. And that misses. Ooh, looked pretty good at the bottom of the zone, but a 5-pitch walk and back-to-back free passes work by Oregon State with A.J. Singer and now Tice Peterson down a run.
Well, not what you want to do. Your team goes out and puts a run on the scoreboard for you. And you're looking for that zero, that shutdown inning. And back-to-back walks.
Under cloudy skies, we'll get a mound visit from Matt Klein and great pitching coach Roger Williams. We're here for the Men's College World Series in Omaha, and action continues all week. Championship Series begins Saturday, and for more info, go to ncaa.com, the official home for all 90 NCAA championships. Justin West, lefty, who's one of the trusted pieces in the bullpen, is up for the Cards and just starting to get loose. Cutts has been in that role as well. Roger Williams was saying to us Friday that it's kind of part of their big four in terms of pieces in the bullpen, but Cutts getting the start here in Louisville's third game at this Men's College World Series.
Yeah, Cutts has only averaged 3 2/3 per outing so far this year. His pitch counts bounced up a little bit. The most he has thrown in the game is 58 pitches.
Told you he's had some good ones here in the postseason. Jacob Craig already squares. The hulking first baseman in the 7 spot tried to bunt the breaking ball and poked it foul. .6'5", 241, the California native who got aboard twice on Friday for Oregon State against Louisville. Second-year starter who has grown a lot and matured a lot over the course of his 3 seasons in Corvallis. Corners are in. And Brennan cuts 0-1. Craig does not square. He takes a strike, and it's 0-2.
Oh, boy. Well, now you go to hit. These are always the situations we run into at Charles Schwab Field. Do we bunt? Do we not bunt? Ben, we talked about it yesterday, right? Do we dance with the girl that brought us? Do we change our style? What are we doing here? It gets a little messy from time to time.
And then a sword for a strikeout for Cutts, and the first out in the second.
Yeah, his 4th strikeout a day, too. And he has been leaning on that breaking ball when he gets ahead. And this is a good one right here. There's a really good look at that slider kind of working down and away. Almost like a slurve action to it.
That's a rough one right there. First and second, nobody out. And to come up empty. You had just a fantastic opportunity, even this thing up without the need of a base hit. Now you're gonna need one here from Talt or Reeder.
This is Easton Talt before Cannon Reeder, right fielder in the 8 spot who homered Sunday against Coastal Carolina out of the 9 spot in the lineup. Junior from Everett, Washington, first-year starter who only had 20 hits his first 2 years. But has broken out this year. Berkey talked about this the other day. A lot of walks, especially early in the year, from Easton Talt.
Yeah, lefty's hitting .320 this year off cuts. Righty's hitting only .138.
Check swing dribbler in front of home plate, and Matt Klein handled the English for out number 2.
Pretty play there by your catcher. That's one that's got some funky spin on it. One that could spin away on you. He did a nice job of using 2 hands here. Anytime you know the ball's spinning, you want to make sure you use both hands. A little check swing ball that kind of bounces back. See how he corrals it with 2 hands there? Just make sure you corral the baseball, secure it, and then throw a strike.
So it did move up A.J. Singer to 3rd and Tice Peterson to 2nd. And now to the 9 spot for Cannon Reeder from Bend, Oregon. First year in a full-time role. Got aboard twice against the Cards Friday. And a knee-high strike to start from Brennan Cutts.
And Oregon State trying to get it going, guys, here at the College World Series with runners in scoring position. Their first 2 games, 1 for 12 combined is what they are.
Does that mean they're due?
It means they're in a funk or they're due. If I'm on the mound, I think they're in a funk.
And Brennan Cutts hoping for the same. It's 0-2 on Cannon Reeder. Reeder's been the best Beavers hitter against breaking balls this year. And so perhaps because of that, we've seen a couple of fastballs to start from Brennan Cutts. Second and third, 2 outs. And Cutts 0-2. Up the ladder, did he go? No. On appeal to first at Clint Fagan.
Did he go?
Ooh, that got close. Front hip's the rule. I usually go on whether the barrel passes the hands. That was right at the line of both.
Another life for Cannon Reeder. And a 1-2. Swing and a miss. There's the breaking ball again from Brennan Cutts, who leaves 2 and has fanned 5.
Yeah, first and second, nobody out. But the senior grabbed a little gear right here. Strikeout, ground out, and he finished off with a really good slider work in down and away to get the Cardinals off the field, up by 1.
Day 5 of the Men's College World Series. 3 games today. This is the middle game. We had a continuation earlier today. LSU finished a win against UCLA. Now an elimination game, Oregon State and Louisville. The winner moves on and plays tomorrow afternoon against number 13 overall seed Coastal Carolina, who, if you haven't heard, you should. They're on a 25-game winning streak, and their team name is pronounced Chanticleers.
All valuable information, Mike. Well,
Thank you. Don't mess that up.
7, 8, and 9 begins with Zion Rose, first team All-ACC outfielder for the Cards, who in the offseason decided he was done with catching. He wants to be an outfielder. Chicago native who drove in 3 Sunday against Arizona and had the big go-ahead 2-run single in the 8th inning when they put up a 6 spot. Big strikeouts from Brennan Cutts. Nelson Keljo's 1-1 is bounced back to Keljo. The cleat stays on this time, and there is 1 away.
The man's getting himself some tough chances there early in the ball game. This is when you're glad you're 6'4", 2. What is he? 240?
228 it says.
Okay. Looks about right. That ball didn't leave a mark. He's good.
It was 105 off the bat of Zion Rose. Brings up Byram Hott, junior from Queens, who has spent a lot of time this year at second, along with Kamayu Neighbors. Today, Hott DHs, no Garrett Pike in the lineup. Transfer from Toledo, who's also spent time in the outfield for Louisville this year. Byram Hott is a transfer from Marist. Byram Hott from Archbishop Malloy High School in Queens. A lot of good basketball lineage there. Lou Carnesecca, the late great head coach. Jim Larinaga, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kenny Anderson, and Russ Smith.
Whoa.
Of Louisville fame.
Russ-diculous. That name will get you some attention in Cardinal country.
Oh, how about that catch? That was a nice catch right there.
Yeah.
Left his seat to go get that one. Reeled it in.
One and 2 for Nelson Keljo against Byram Hott. Comebacker. This one ramps up the middle. Iva Arquette, the spin, the pick. Wow!
Trying to tell you, Ben.
That's what I've been wanting to see. I want to see the big fella move around a little bit now.
Now, this is not just range, but the coordination to sync your feet up here. Get those puppies organized, Mike Monaco, and then throw it accurately, right? So this ball, I think it bounces off the base, and the pirouette and a strike. You are so in a spin cycle there that you have to have that release point memorized, and that is as good as it gets there from Iva Arquette. Almost hit the umpire.
I love how he kept it low, too. He kept it low to give his first baseman a chance. Didn't try to air mail it over there. Nice finish, too, on the back end by Craig.
Yeah, shout out Angel Campos, the second base umpire. Kamayu Neighbors in the air to center, and a diving catch from Cannon Reeder. Oregon State has found the gloves in their third game here in Omaha.
Boys putting on a little glove show here early in this ball game. Outstanding play by Arquette. And then Reeder out in center field. Ball hit right off the end of the bat. He was playing a little bit shallow, Berkey. Allowed him to get to this ball right here. Watch him come in and just scoops it right there.
Nicely done by Reeder. We go to the third. Seasons and careers on the line here, and Iva Arquette trying to continue his season at Oregon State, and this was spectacular.
Yeah, the top spin off the mound allowed the ball to take one big hop. Didn't hit the base like maybe I thought it would, but you start putting plays like that on film at 6'5" with the kind of impact he has with the bat. That's the reason why he's probably going to be the first position player taken in next month's Major League Baseball draft.
We were talking with his double play partner, A.J. Singer, who said Iva Arquette is like a Greek god, and says it's like Arquette teleports to baseballs. And I hadn't seen it yet until that play, what A.J. Singer meant.
Well, you have that kind of explosiveness. We saw it from him running around the bases. I mean, he can really run, but then the functional mobility to be able to spin, keep your balance, the arm strength to finish it off. I mean, he put it all on display there.
Trent Caraway fouls it away. Yeah, and credit to the umpire as well. I mean, Angel Campos got to get out of the way of this thing.
2 steps after he caught that thing, the ball was out. Angel with good awareness there. Get the heck out of the way. Not sure he thought that ball was going to be caught.
And now a view from Casey Moser behind the plate on a 1-2 from Brennan Cutts. Curls outside.
That's the one they've been swinging at, Ben. Caraway, second time through the lineup here. I'm sure the Oregon State offense has been talking about we got to lay off that slurvy breaking ball off the outside edge.
Yeah, and if I'm Oregon State, I'm getting my toes up on the plate because I've not seen one fastball to the inner third of the plate yet. Everything's been right out there. Now, right now it's working, so no need to change for him. But every now and then for Cutts, maybe fastball in just to kind of keep him honest. But he is spinning that breaking ball right now.
How about this? It's 6 strikeouts for Brennan Cutts, and that's the most he's had in any outing in his one season with Louisville this year. He had punched out 5 in the regional against East Tennessee State. Career high in strikeouts is 10. 3 years ago for the Sycamores of Terre Haute against Indiana. All right, so 1 away, and here is Iva Arquette now with the bat. Line drive to third, and Jake Monroe on a line made the catch. 2 down.
Jake Monroe, get into that prep stop, play low to the ground. You got to play third base. You got to be able to get to the ground quickly because those balls are coming at you in the blink of an eye. And that one right there saved extra bases.
So 2 outs, bases empty, and it brings up the slugger Gavin Turley, who struck out his first time. He got drafted out of high school. Gavin Turley did by Arizona in the 19th round, but didn't sign. 1 round before that, the Diamondbacks drafted Iva Arquette. You look at their draft, they also drafted Malachi Witherspoon, who didn't sign. Now a star for Oklahoma. Handful of guys who instead went to college and have turned themselves into high-end prospects for the next level.
Well, we always say this. I mean, 54% of the Major League roster this year when it began came from college. When you combine 4-year schools and junior college, it was 54%. Fastest way to the big leagues. That's where most guys are getting there, through the college game. And they're fast climbers because of that, too.
What do you think Turley looks like in the pros?
You know, I think he's going to be coveted because of the impact with the bat, the 3 years of production. I think, you know, probably not going to be a top round pick just because he doesn't play center field. Usually that would be the desire for a college outfielder to go in the first round. But I think when you look at the impact and how it is at the top of the draft class from a college hitter standpoint. Somebody's going to take him, I would say, in the second or third round. There's just a lot of twitch there. He can really run. And again, it's 3 years of high-level production.
He has really slashed his whiff rate from freshman to this year as a junior. Line drive in the right field, a base hit, and another compressed baseball from Gavin Turley. 2-out single.
Just a lousy 106 there, Ben.
The fastball middle away.
Yeah.
Middle away.
Just some strength in there. I mean, there's some real juice in that bat. Watch him keep his chest down over the plate, stay in over that ball, and really good direction with the barrel to shoot that thing to the backside gap. Good look there from the ump cam. You can see the posture, staying over the plate.
So man aboard for Wilson Weber, as Turley now has 8 balls in play here, and they're all better than 100 miles an hour off his bat. Brennan cuts, deals. That one nearly got Wilson Weber.
Something tells me the coaches have talked to their hitters about making sure that they are not making any move that can be discerned as intentionally being hit by the ball.
We had that pop up as part of the no-hitter from Gage Wood yesterday, and I think, Berkey, you said it very well in the moment. Just thankful that wasn't the one that was deciding perfect game or no-hitter.
Yeah, that would have gotten really uncomfortable.
I honestly didn't think that one was getting overturned.
I don't think we all did. Just didn't think there was enough. But it ended up being the 17th strikeout for Wood. He got 18. He got 19. He struck out the last 5 that he faced.
He was not running out of gas, that's for sure. It was the curveball got a little wobbly on him, but the fastball was angry from start to finish. No walks in 19 Ks.
Yeah, I went back and looked. His fastball, guys, yesterday, 119 pitches. The fastball averaged 97 miles an hour.
Ooh. And it did fluctuate. It was 96, 97, 97,
What was odd,
98.
though, is the analytical world didn't favor him. It was below big league average spin rate. It was below big league average vertical hop, too. But I guess it's the low release point that he has. And he releases the ball. Wood did about 4 inches lower than what the average D1 pitcher releases the ball. So low release point, almost like an upshoot kind of pitch is what it was.
Yeah,
and high velo.
It's the vertical attack angle. It's not the vertical break, but the way it enters into the hitting zone and the command of it. He kept throwing it right in that spot above the belly button.
He threw it in the exact spot where it plays the best.
I thought one of the craziest things from the press conference was he said, they asked him about the pitch call, and he said, well, I don't know. I just kept hearing in my ear, fastball middle.
Yeah,
like you just threw a no-hitter and struck out 19 dudes, and the most common call was fastball middle.
Yep.
The game has changed. The game has changed.
Like, Ben, you'd be pitching to the edges.
And down.
Third, yeah. I mean, you get 2 strikes, you get to catch it a rock to the edge, and you know where to miss. But the game has changed.
Swing and a miss, runner goes, and the throw is not in time to get Gavin Turley. Moves into scoring position with 2 outs.
We continue to see teams run more here in Omaha than maybe their season averages would say. You have to. I mean, you have to find ways to create offense here. You cannot sit back and wait for the home run. And we know Louisville's going to do it, but Oregon State, who does not steal many bags, they've pressed the issue here a couple times today.
Brennan cuts, ready with a 2-2. Outside and a full count on the cleanup man, Wilson Weber. Gage Wood, by the way, he's making the rounds on ESPN. He was on SportsCenter last night. He was on the Pat McAfee show today.
Yes. You know McAfee loved the I shouldn't have hit him answer. You know, he was all over that.
Cuts 3-2. And Weber lays off. 2 on for Oregon State with 2 down in the third. So here comes A.J. Singer, second baseman in the 5 spot, who walked his first time leading off the second. after he ran it full. He had a tough error the other night in the Sunday evening game against Coastal Carolina when Mitch Canham said afterward, we just had uncharacteristic mistakes. Couple errors, 4 unearned runs allowed by the Beavers. Would love a chance to atone. Strike to start.
Well, a team that came in fielding 982 has fielded just 933 here at the College World Series. Their 5 errors are even with the rest of the field.
And think about this. It didn't start at the College World Series. You go back to regional play for them in the NCAA tournament. They've made 10 errors now, has Oregon State, in their last 10 ball games. And that's not like them. It just kind of carried over to the College World Series. But they kicked a lot of balls in regional play as well.
Ryan Gibson with a little offensive timeout here to bring the fellas in and talk approach. This is a true strategy one. This isn't the old, we're trying to slow the game down or the pitcher has 3 pitches and 2 outs. This is, it's clear Gibson has something in his mind he needed to share with the whole crew. And you wonder if they're thinking about taking third base. You know, we talk about the ability to manufacture a run. Well, the double steal with 2 outs and maybe the ability to get 2 runners into scoring position, if you feel like you can get it, is a big play.
For Mitch Canham and the Beavers, down by 1 in this elimination game. Brennan cuts 0-1 to Singer. Runners don't go, and it's a strike, and it's 0-2. Brennan Cutts left a man in scoring position in the first. He left 2 in scoring position in the second. And now first and second against him in the third.
Slider away here. 0-2, started right where that fastball ended up, and see if you can get a swing and a miss. Oh, he went heater.
Up in the zone to strike out A.J. Singer and leave 2 more.
Well, Brennan Cutts, I tell you what, he's been in a couple pickles here, but he's been able to elevate his game when he's needed to, and a 4-seam fastball perfectly placed up and away to get the Cardinals off the field.
Second meeting between Oregon State and Louisville here at the Men's College World Series. Oregon State backs against the wall. Mitch Canham likes it that way, and he's with Danny Wexelman.
Yeah, Mike, thanks so much. Hey, a 1-0 game. What are your guys saying when they come back in the dugout?
Well, number one, we gotta get on top of the heater. It has some good ride to it. We were swinging underneath it the first time through. Had a couple solid contacts. Arquette slugged one pretty hard over the third baseman. We caught it in the air, and Turley also drove one. Caraway drove one. So if we're having success right now, it's staying on top, and then really like making sure that we're not drifting and crashing to the ball on the heater, which is causing us a little bit of swing and miss on the breaking ball right now.
Yeah, when you say drifting, what do you mean?
Just coming off our backside and kind of attacking the baseball with our body as opposed to being set on time and letting the barrel get out front.
Your defense so far has been sparkling in this game. When your defense is like that, how does it elevate your pitcher?
Big time confidence. I mean, you got Keljo diving off the mound with one shoe and trying to make big plays. He's had a handful of balls coming back at him. Reeder making a great catch on the line drive, and then also Arquette lunging to a ball up the middle, spin throw to first base. That's the kind of stuff I think we've seen all year, and we know we're capable of doing.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you. Go Beavs.
Mike.
Danny, thank you. Alex Alisea grounds out to A.J. Singer. Routine that time, but 1 out nonetheless for Nelson Keljo to begin the bottom of the third.
Boy, Louisville continues to be aggressive at home plate. I look at that number coming. Their first pitch swing rate, 40% in the NCAA tournament. Big league or college average first pitch swing rate about 30%. So they're uber aggressive at home plate.
Burke, you okay with that mentality, especially against this kind of arm? Like, is that what you got to do against the fastball, even though there was some spray in the first?
No, not really. I don't. I just, for me, like, guys that are less likely to hit for extra bases, I would rather them, if they're leading off an inning, I'd rather them try to get into a count, especially for a guy who's been scattering it a little bit.
Lucas Moore pulls one at Jacob Craig, who flashes, but Moore is too fast for that. Keljo not there in time, and the Jets of Lucas Moore and his nation-leading stolen base total are aboard.
Put that one in your pocket right there. You leave your feet against Lucas Moore, and you got no shot. Heck of a play here by the big first baseman, Jacob Craig. But once he left his feet, Lucas Moore was in his trot moving past first base.
And Keljo wasn't the fastest getting over there either. I think there's a little hesitation on his part to get to first base.
Tough for those lefties falling the other way, isn't it?
You got to go.
All right, so Matt Klein bats and Berkey. Let's have some fun with Lucas Moore. He leads the country in stolen bases. What are you seeing and what's going through his mind, you think?
You know, it's interesting studying him. There's not a whole lot of outside the box stuff here. It's just a athletic posture, a little taller than I would say most of your great base stealers, especially when you look at the upper body. I mean, he's in his legs, but his upper body for me is pretty vertical. But this is a guy that I think just relies purely on speed and anticipation. He's not trying to cheat it with any kind of momentum lead. See, he gets pretty stationary. They trust their homework. You know, you talked about it the first time Louisville played about how much Dan McDonnell puts into the scouting report. So I think their base stealers are as informed as anybody in the country when they get over there. They know exactly what cue they're looking for. Well, that was a quick pitch there. That could have been a balk.
Yeah, but that's almost what you have to do as a pitcher, right? I can't get caught being consistent. Coming set, 1 count, 2 count, deliver the ball to home plate. Every now and then you got to come set and quickly go, and then maybe a hold of 2 or 3 seconds and then go again. You want that hitter, that batter over at first base, the base runner, to kind of settle his feet a little bit. That's how I don't want him creeping towards the next base.
But you do have to pause, though, right?
You have to pause.
Okay, just making sure.
Just a quick pause.
Making sure that rule had. Definitely got to change your looks, but one of them is to go so fast, and that's where the umpire really has to watch it. So watch here after a pick. A lot of times lefties especially, they'll pick again, and then they'll try to come set and go fast, and that's where you have to anticipate it here. So let's see if they probably have the percentages of times he'll pick multiple in a row. See that fast? That's what you do.
Good call. Weber's throw is not in time to get Lucas Moore, who swipes his 53rd base of the season, and he's only been caught 1 time all year.
Yeah, 53 for 54. That's a pretty good percentage.
You think?
That will work.
He doesn't cheat. It's just no momentum. It's just I know what I'm looking for. And again, the anticipation of watch him going quick after a pick. That ball ended up being a closer play than it looked like it was going to be. But you have to have that kind of anticipation to steal bases at a high level.
1-2. Matt Klein strikes out on 96 from Keljo, and there's 2 away. It's so impressive what Lucas Moore has done. He's in scoring position now with Jake Monroe coming up. The only time he got thrown out this year was the middle of April against Clemson. And Dan McDonnell was telling us, left-handed hitter, 2 outs, and Lucas Moore was sick the whole game. Looked like a zombie. Got thrown out by like 10 feet. He looked up at Dan McDonnell, who in turn looked at Lucas Moore and was like, you don't have to steal the base.
He's not used to staying over at first base very long.
He's at second for Monroe, who goes first pitch swinging in the air to left. Turley's back, and it is gone. Jake Monroe goes deep with a 2-run shot to add to the Louisville lead.
Well, other than Eddie King, we haven't really seen anybody be really on time for a heater. And Jake Monroe was ready for that one. Hunt a heater and get the head out. And that ball stayed in the air a while.
A long while. That ball had some carry. Now the wind's pushing a little bit toward the left field foul pole. That ball kind of got up in the wind and just soared a little bit.
Yeah, the wind direction has definitely changed.
Here's Eddie King.
Hey now.
And he scalds one. Left center. Reader's on the move, and it's out of his reach and up for an automatic double. Here's the extra base juice for Louisville off Keljo in the 3rd.
Well, one thing that's been noticeable, the Eddie chance. You got to love it. The velo has ticked down. 93, 94. We saw him earlier in the game. 97, 98. Four-seamer right down Broadway. And Monroe just absolutely launches this one. Catches it deep, and that is a no-doubter into the left field seats.
Through the first 2 games in the first few innings of this one, Louisville only had 2 extra base hits here. They got a double from Garrett Pike. They got the triple on Friday from Zion Rose when Gavin Turley, the Oregon State left fielder, dove for a ball. And now in a span of just a few pitches here, back-to-back, it's 2-run home run and a double.
Yeah, I mean, look, you talk about adjustments the second time through, right? I mean, they got beat a little bit by the fastball the first time through. Second time, they're getting their foot down in there. I mean, and why wouldn't you? You facing the guys throwing the fastball 71% of the time.
Yeah.
Get your foot down and go.
That's
go
right.
get it until he starts to show you something else.
It was weird because Klein was so late on the strikeout, right? And you're thinking, surely these dudes are about to start making an adjustment. And boy, did Monroe and King Jr.
Yeah. And to go up top shelf and get a fastball marginally being a strike, to be able to turn it tells me, what are you sitting on? He's sitting where he should be, all over a fastball to get up top shelf and get that one.
Well, and like we talked about, when you get a high right heater, you got to get the barrel out in front of you and try to get it to the pull side gap. And that's back-to-back swings from Louisville in the pull side gap. Another one, almost a identical result right there. Fastball just above the belt, barrel gets out in front, and that one almost rode out of here. Finally seeing the ball carry here at the Chuck.
Yeah. I think Eddie King off the bat thought he got it too. He kind of stood and looked a little bit out to left center. Tagged that thing at 106. Now Tank Davis pulls one on a line to right. Tolt started back, comes in and makes the catch. And the inning's over. 2-run shot, Jake Monroe, and Louisville's up 3-zip on the Beavers through 3 in this elimination game. Leads 3 for Louisville against Oregon State, and Cards head coach Dan McDonnell is with Danny Wexelman.
Yeah, we just saw Lucas Moore run by. He does a lot of that running. Does it ever surprise you?
No, he's a fun kid to coach. It's just he gets on, he's got free reign, and he can create some havoc. And not just stealing the bases, but the threat of the steal. Sometimes, I mean, it's hard to pitch when you're worried about guys like him and Alex and Zion on the bases.
What have you noticed about Brendan Cutts so far?
Well, he's going to compete. He's got a lot of experience postseason. It's a senior. He's aggressive in the zone. He had a couple walks in there, but an older pitcher knows how to pitch with runners on base, and he's able to make pitches and get off the field.
You guys get Jake Monroe this season. How's he lengthened your lineup?
Oh my gosh, we've coached a lot of good junior college players in our day. Sometimes it takes them a year, sometimes it's their senior year. Man, he jumped in like he's been playing D1 baseball for a couple years, and super happy for him, proud of him.
Coach, thank you.
You got it, thanks Danny.
Mike.
Danny, thank you. Yeah, Jake Monroe with the shot. Lucas Moore's speed active in that bottom of the third, and then Brendan Cutts, a veteran. He's worked around traffic on the base paths. He has stranded 5 through his first 3 innings. He's at 56 pitches and gets 6, 7, and 8, starting with Tice Peterson. Peterson had one of those walks that Dan McDonnell just mentioned. There were back-to-back to begin the second, then one more in the third with 2 outs against Cutts. Cutts went 3 innings in the regional opener against East Tennessee State, 5 strikeouts in relief. Then in the super against Miami a couple weekends ago at Jim Patterson Stadium, Cutts pitched on Friday and Sunday out of the bullpen, and he was on the mound to finish it off and punch a ticket here to the Men's College World Series. Said he got that final out, and then he kind of blacked out. And he ended up on the bottom of the dog pile, said he couldn't breathe for about 30 seconds. The Indiana State transfers 1-2.
Oh no!
He's down 2-2. The Beavers have talked about doing it the hard way. Mitch Canham said that again to us this morning, that he's always wanted to take the hard road. Said it's where the biggest gains are made. Long way to go, down 3. I found the phrasing he had to us interesting this morning. He said, especially when we come back and win the whole thing. That's how the story is supposed to be. Cutts 3-2. Yanked and a 4th walk. 2 of them for Peterson now, and again to lead off an inning.
Boy, he had him in the hole too. 2 strikes early, big Cutts, and couldn't finish him.
So just how much fire can Brendan Cutts play with? Man aboard for Jacob Craig. Big first baseman in the 7 spot who struck out on that slider his first time. He's gone to a no stride approach in the box with his move.
Just trying to simplify things. You see a lot of guys do that when they're struggling with their timing. And obviously, strength not an issue for this young man. So how can he be on time more often? How can he kind of settle his eyes to maybe make better swing decisions? And I think one thing people don't realize about a no stride, just because you're not striding doesn't mean you can't really separate and still get loaded up. I think about one of the greatest hitters of all time, Albert Pujols, spent most of his career with leaving his lead foot down, but you're still able to separate the lower half from the upper body and really get coiled into that rear hip without striding. See that move right there? So there's just that little rock with the upper body. My foot's going to stay down, but I can still move my upper body and gather and see the baseball. So just because it's simpler doesn't mean it can't be explosive.
Got rid of the leg kick and went no stride. All for a guy who had a whopping grand total of 1 home run in high school.
That makes no sense.
Hard to fathom. He's popped 13 this year. Craig unloads like down the left field line and gone. No stride, no problem for Jacob Craig.
That is a large one right there. How about 4:05 it went? Look at the exit below 1:07. 2-1 count. He's hunting a fastball, and boy, did he ever get one. Kind of elevated, and the fans making some pretty good catches today.
Well, let's take a look at this load here. Watch that lead shoulder. He's going to load into that back hip, engage the lower half, and he catches that one right around the front foot. And a really tight turn there by Jacob Craig to get the barrel out in front, and a no-doubter on a day where the ball is flying to left field. And we're seeing some long balls here this afternoon, boys.
Yeah, we hadn't had many long balls here at the College World Series so far this year, but the ball is traveling a little different today.
First hit for Jacob Craig here at the Men's College World Series, and for Oregon State in the tournament, nobody has hit more home runs than the 23 for the Beavers. They've cut it to 1, and Dan McDonald comes out and is going to the bullpen. Justin West, the lefty, comes on. 3-2 Louisville. The lead dwindles to 1. In the 4th inning, we got a baseball. A Craig home run in this elimination game in Omaha. Gage Wood threw a no-hitter, the first in 65 years, and he had social media ablaze.
Man, we got a lot of people weighing in there now.
Coach Cal, Pat McAfee, Patrick Mahomes, Darren McFadden.
Okay.
Good Hog getting involved.
Okay.
We like it. And still coming up, we've got an elimination game tonight, 7 Eastern on ESPN. Vahiva Aloy, Golden Spikes Award finalist against a likely first-round pick next year in Rock Chalowski, trying to get going for UCLA after the Bruins lost in a game that started yesterday and finished today against LSU. So after the first 400-foot home run here at the Men's College World Series, Brennan Cutts departs, 66 pitches, 3+ frames, 2 batters here in the 4th, nobody out. And now Big Ben here's Justin West for the 2nd time.
Yeah, making his 25th appearance of the year. 2 starts under his belt, 34 innings of work, 49 strikeouts, so he can certainly strike out, and it's about the breaking ball for him. Fastball's a pretty good one, going to average right around 90, 91, but his best pitch is that breaking ball. Opponent's hitting 158 off the curveball.
Justin West, the junior from Paducah, Kentucky, worked against these Beavers on Friday. He gets the left-on-left with Easton Talt, and on Friday it was West coming on in the 6th inning. Inning and 2/3 of shutout work, couple Ks, 33 pitches, and a ton of strikes. Talt bounced out right in front of home plate his first time today, and it's a ball and a strike on the right fielder in the 8th spot. Wind's blowing a bit out to left now. Craig got a hold of one. You guys mentioned we hadn't had a ton of home runs the first 4 days. The 1-1. Bends to the outside part of the plate.
Oh, Bear Jones got him one, though, last night.
Yes, he did.
Broke out of a slump.
A little opposite field piece. He buried that one out there, too, right center field.
He doesn't need wind conditions.
The Bear came out of hibernation last night with a long one.
Fastball dotted by Justin West, and there's one away.
I'll tell you what, Easton Talt looked like he had the scouting report, which is, as Ben said, Justin West's best pitch is a breaking ball, and all West did was go up there and feed him heaters. Nice little paint piece on the edge there to erase the left-hander, and this is just dotting it on the outside edge right there. Matt Klein with a nice job of sticking that on the corner. Sometimes you go crossfire on the scouting report every once in a while, and you can catch a hitter napping.
One down, base is empty for Cannon Reeder in the 9th spot. Center fielder struck out swinging on a breaking ball from Brennan Cutts. Reeder's first time in the 2nd. Reeder had a huge home run in Game 3 of the Super Regional against Florida State off Wes Mendez, and it sent Goss Stadium into delirium. They were stacking up beer cans like a beaver dam behind home plate at Goss in Corvallis.
And they were having some fun, that's for sure. I keep thinking about that Florida State matchup for this offense with the 3 left-handed starters and all the right-handed hitters. Not exactly the best way that I think Link Jarrett would have drawn it up, that's for sure.
In the air, center field, well struck, but Lucas Moore has room. 2 down. Yeah, you know Link Jarrett, when 8 and 9 came out on the selection show, was like, ugh.
Most right-handed hitting team in the country. We got to go play them in their own building across the country. That's a long trip now. That ain't around the corner.
No.
Tallahassee to Corvallis.
Chris Budden told us the other night 23,465 airline miles traveled by Oregon State this year.
I guess they were due a home trip. Somebody come see them.
Good breaking ball to Trent Caraway, the leadoff man who has singled and struck out.
They gave their fans their money worth this postseason too. 5 home games in the first round, 3 in the second round. So they made up for a light home schedule in the regular season.
Yeah, only 19 regular season home games for the Beavers.
Because of, again, if you're new to this, they're an independent this year. Pac-12 broke up. It's eventually coming back together. But in the meantime, the Beavers, who chose to stay independent for baseball this year and next year, had to do all this.
That's significant.
That's getting some miles in right there.
The Honolulu to Des Moines was something.
They've seen airport restaurant employees quit in front of them. They've had delays through Denver. They've had a bus that didn't show up at one point. Everyone just hopped in the cars and went to the airport themselves. 1-2. Swing and a miss. West with a couple of Ks after he comes on for Brennan Cutts, and the no stride works out for Jacob Craig.
Jacob Craig getting the Beavers on the board. Launch one, big man. Fastball up, hit it high, let it fly. We got ourselves a 1-run game, folks.
It was a big fly from Jacob Craig, his first hit here at the Men's College World Series in Oregon State's 3rd game, and it was massive in this elimination game. And the Beavers in their dugout, they always break out the Polaroid camera for whoever hits a home run. So, all right, we snapped the photo. We got a cork board in the hitting facility that this eventually ends up in. It looks pretty good.
That is awesome. That's one of the better home run celebrations I've seen. I'm in on that. Ben, you still use a Polaroid?
Polaroid making a comeback.
Okay.
Like, it went away for a while, but it's in recent years it is making a comeback because they make them so compact. It used to be that big old blocky box-looking thing, but now they're a little smaller. And yeah, I like that.
Okay.
How do we think Pat Casey would have felt about a Polaroid camera in the dugout?
Pat Casey would have allowed no cameras in the dugout. No cell phones, no cameras.
Well, if it got you excited about hitting multi-run homers, maybe.
A 2-run shot for Jacob Craig. 1-run ball game, bottom 4, and a move to the bullpen for the Beavers. They summoned the junior right-hander from Elk Grove, California, near Sacramento. A.J. Hutchison, third year, is a key piece on this staff.
Yeah, making his 24th appearance. He's worked 45 innings, 23 appearances so far, all out of the bullpen. 38 strikeouts, 13 walks. Fastball, slider heavy. He'll occasionally show you a changeup, but it's going to be fastball, slider heavy from a little bit different arm angle. Not going to light the radar gun up. Fastball is going to average right about 87, 88. But he'll show you a different look, a look that you don't see a lot of.
Rich Thorman, the pitching coach for Oregon State, said to us the other day, Hutch will come in and get easy outs. He's facing Zion Rose. A couple strikes. Ben, is there anything such as easy outs?
I think to say I don't know where that was when I was playing. I didn't feel like any of them were easy.
Rose fights to stay alive. Zion Rose hit a hard comebacker his first time, leading off the second. 105 off his bat. But Nelson Keljo made the play. The starter for Oregon State. He went 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A walk and 3 strikeouts on 54 pitches. What'd you guys think of Keljo overall?
Big arm.
Yeah.
It's a kid who probably has a chance to pitch in a big league bullpen if he can find a wrinkle off of that 97, 98 mile an hour heater.
Yeah, I think that's the key for him. And nothing wrong with the fastball at all. But can he develop some more consistent off-speed stuff?
Ben, what do you call that?
Snowball.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Hutchison's 1-2, and Rose pulls it down the left field line. Struck well into the corner. This ball is back, and it is gone. Zion Rose with a solo shot to begin the 4th.
Ball bouncing today. 368, 103. Looked like a little spinner. And boy, that thing spun. We'll take a look at it. Yeah, a little spinner. And you see it starts it a little bit too far inside. And that ball ends up right in the heart of the plate. And Rose on time with his 13th long ball of the year, his 67th RBI. Not where you wanted that little spinner. You want to start that thing in the middle and work it off the outside edge.
So the helmet's on for Zion Rose. Now Byram hot grounds out to Trent Caraway. 1 away for Hutchison. It's a good looking Matt helmet there.
A little different than the Polaroid celebration, but unique in and of itself.
Jeff Brom, Brian Brom, they like it. So Zion Rose with some more hard contact.
I feel like the Polaroid case needs some work.
Oh yeah.
Like,
you're not digging the white part of it?
I feel like we need a beaver on there. It needs to be like black and like what? This doesn't feel like it fits in a baseball dugout there. But I'm in on the picture.
Okay. Black case maybe?
Yeah, beaverize it.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Beaverize.
Yeah.
Orange?
That's what
Black
Mitch said to us the other day. Beaverize it.
That's right.
Come on, you neighbors now. Sprays one. Nice stab by Trent Caraway. 2 down.
Well, that was nifty, wasn't it?
I tell you what, they play in some defense, man, because defense has been a little bit of an issue for Oregon State in recent. But I tell you what, today they have been on point.
Always tough when a left-hander hits a backside bullet on you like that. You're played in. You know there's counter report. He might do it, but man, that thing gets on you. You're in there for the bunt, and then he smokes it. Caraway, beautiful reactions and a nice pirouette and accurate throw. You're right, Ben. Their defense has looked apart here this afternoon.
This is the defense that Oregon State had for the majority of the year. And for whatever reason, when NCAA tournament play started, they started kicking it around a little bit. And Mikey, you mentioned it earlier. I think they given up 9 runs going into this game in the College World Series, 5 of which were unearned runs.
Mitch Canham said the other day, just not clean baseball. But good here defensively today. 1-1 on Alex Alicea, Louisville's leadoff man, who had an infield single and scored in the first. It was 1 in the first, 2 in the third for Louisville. Oregon State 2 in the top half of this fourth. Zion Rose just answered. Again, Alicea is playing with a busted thumb. Dan McDonald said to us the other day, we got to get him healthy this summer. Right now, Alicea is just toughing it out. They think he's probably going to be their leadoff man next year as a junior in front of Lucas Moore.
That will be a handful for opposing offenses. They were doing that a good bit of the first part of the season before Alicea busted his thumb.
Full count from Hutchison. Alicea was the only infielder who got regular playing time last year who returned for Louisville this year. We mentioned Gavin Keelan transferred out, and so shortstop was open for the Cards. 3-2 inside, and Alex Alicea is aboard for the second time. 2-out walk and a base runner for the Cards, up by 2.
Which one stung more, leadoff walk or 2-out walk?
Leadoff, because you know he's going to score a little over 50% of the time, no matter how a guy gets on. Leadoff.
I'm not saying statistically. I'm talking about for you. Would you be more mad at yourself, leadoff walk or 2-out walk?
Leadoff walk.
Okay.
No doubt. Because for me, the first batter of the inning is the most important. You collect the first out as a pitcher, the chance of the other team scoring goes way down from there. He gets on base. Now, you never like to give out free passes, but 2 out, I don't mind getting up a walk. 2 out, I don't want to, but I can work out of that. But that leadoff walk's going to hurt you.
2-out walk here. Don't love those either. And now Lucas Moore, with all of his speed, he had an infield single last time. Stole a bag, another one, and then came around on the home run from Jake Monroe. Alicea goes, the pitch, a ball. Weber's throw is not going to get him.
That was going to be interesting. Man, Arquette slaps that tag down there fast, doesn't he? And he got those long arms. It looked like he clipped him right on the back of the foot, which is, I think, why the ball came out. Look how fast he gets that tag down. I think he'd still beat it, though. Nifty slide, too.
Yeah. Little swim move.
Seen that a couple times from Alicea here.
Gotta have it. You gotta have some niftiness around the base if you're going to try to force the issue, because not every time will you be clearly safe.
So as you're running down to second base, you're eyeballing the bag, obviously, but you're watching the middle of whoever's covering too, and you're trying to see where the ball's taking him, right? And then you're going to slide accordingly.
Correct.
Moore grounds out to A.J. Singer, and the inning's over. But Zion Rose supplies some more offense for Louisville. Leads back up to 2 for the Cards. It's now 4-2 through 4. Winner stays alive and remains in Omaha.
No. I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Sweet. Tell me how.
Add butter to the sauce.
What's next?
Mix it all together.
Done. Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Got it. So good.
While they munch on Popeye's Crunch, Dante dreams away, missing out on all these new Louisiana flavor-rated wraps. Don't be like Dante.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to me.
Day 5 of the Men's College World Series, and 3 games going on today. We've got another one coming up, 7 Eastern, 6 local, right here on ESPN. This great crossroads of America here, the site for another Men's College World Series. We've got 6 teams left. Coastal Carolina in one bracket is 2-0. LSU in the other, also 2-0 after earlier today.
Both those teams are looking awfully in order, are they not? They get it all set up. They're playing well on both sides of the ball. They seem to have it clicking. Going to be tough outs for whoever makes it through the losers bracket. Like, that's going to be really hard.
This is an elimination game for the right to play against Coastal Carolina tomorrow. Iva Arquette, stud shortstop. He struck out in the first and then lined out to third in the third on a first pitch breaking ball. He's facing Justin West this time, and he's down 0-2. Arquette's played a huge part in this season for the Beavers, getting back to Omaha for the 8th time, 7 of those since '05. First time back for the Beavs since the 2018 National Championship season. Oh, 0-2. Arquette lays off of that. Fans packed on this afternoon, on this Tuesday in the middle of June. Not as hot as some of the most recent days here. In the air toward the right. Eddie King. One away. Gavin Turley coming up. He's been a staple for this Beavers program.
Yeah, and he loves to learn. We asked him about what he learned from Travis Bazana the past few years, who was the #1 overall pick last year, and he said, this guy is so robotic. He's kind of crazy when it comes to self-evaluation, but that's what he taught me. We were in the Cape together and talking, and Gavin said, I had some problems I was going through with the baseball, and Bazana said, you didn't even get your swing off, dude. You got to simplify it. So the self-evaluation he's gotten from Travis Bazana, he said, now I need to look at it. How are people seeing me? How would I want to get better if I was looking at myself, Mike?
Yeah, and he has gotten a lot better this year. Took a lot from his exit interviews last season. We told you cut down on swing and miss. Pretty good teammate to have for a couple of years in Travis Bazana.
Well, Bazana, I mean, he's kind of freakish with the bat-to-ball skills and the pitch recognition. But yes, I mean, when you get an opportunity to play next to somebody that's at the top of the sport.
This is skied by Turley to center at Lucas Moore. 104 off the bat, but way up into the stratosphere for out #2.
Wait, even his pop-ups are 104? What's going on here?
Is that right?
What do we got for a launch angle?
A bunch.
73.
That launch angle is going to be F8 every day of the week is what that launch angle is going to be.
Bazana, by the way, first overall pick, of course, out of Oregon State last year by Cleveland.
But you get a chance to watch that every day, the preparation, the approach, and the process. If you're not getting better by watching him, you're not paying attention.
It's so important to have guys like that in your program. Not only just stars, but guys that go out and work and they kind of set the tone. And then that's carried on in the future. Another guy picks that up. He passes it on. Another guy he passes it on. And all of a sudden, you get a lineage of guys that know how to work. And it's just kind of taught throughout your programs.
Wilson Weber now. And 0-2 from Justin West. And we were talking about self-evaluation yesterday. Just like the debrief after a game or after an outing. It's an important part of it.
Huge part of it.
Weber chops it to short. Alex Alisea had to back up. Strong throw to make it a 1-2-3 for Justin West. He set down 6 in a row, and we're going to send Ben McDonald out for a new hair color next.
should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay. Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in the dryer?
The icon on the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. You just saved date night.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Maybe it's you.
Drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
Well, of course, the standard way is like this. We wear it like this, and then let's see. We have one like this, I think it is, and of course we have one goes back like this, another way, and I think the best way is about like this here.
Shame on y'all. All I'm going to say is just whoever dug that up, shame on y'all.
The art of the rally cap, right, Ben?
That was a long time ago. I'm just glad they got it in color. You know,
Ben, it looked like you had a little more hair there. It looks like there was a little more
No, there hasn't been a whole lot of hair. It's just changed colors, Danny, that's all.
Curious.
Matt Klein in the air to left. Gavin Turley one away to begin the bottom of the fifth. So what is the art of the rally cap, Ben? I mean, we got some hats back there if you want to.
That was kind of the shark fin either way, and then of course backwards, sideways.
You want to take one of those?
People are going to be mad if I grab the organs. Yeah. So we had one like this, you know, which we all saw that one, and then of course you turn around the other way.
And now, how do you decide which way? Is there
left-handed hitter, right-handed hitter?
Okay. Yeah.
Hey, look, we think about these things now.
Yeah.
Lefty, righty. And y'all remember the 2-2 and 2, right? Where you charge it up a little bit. And so you'll see, I saw some team like charging it up 2-2. You know, that's another one that you got going on. So there's a lot of different rally caps. That's a big head. That might fit you. Try this on. No.
Cap on top of a flat top is one thing. Cap on top of a flat top with a headset on is another thing,
That's
Big Ben.
Totally different.
Different level.
That's really good.
Look at that. Dr. Seuss.
That's good for a couple runs in the ninth.
This is Jake Monroe, by the way. He had a 2-run home run in the third. A parasol, I believe that's called.
That's very efficient.
That's almost half the size of Runes' bucket cap.
The great Mike Rooney. This is onto the outfield grass at A.J. Singer, and there's 2 down. Sunday Night Baseball is the Mets and the Phillies, 7 Eastern here on ESPN, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage starts at 6 Eastern with the Baseball Tonight Sunday Night Countdown. Pete Alonso is mashing this month so far. 6 home runs, 20 RBIs in the month of June for a guy who played twice here.
Florida. Was he second, third round pick? I know he wasn't a first rounder.
No, yeah, I would say third or fourth is what I'm thinking. Yep.
Second round, 2016.
Was he second round? Okay.
Yep.
The impact was huge. He seemed like he never had a full season. Of course, that was a different era there. The ball was not jumping
right
when he played the way it has post-COVID.
2 outs for Eddie King Jr. against A.J. Hutchison.
But when he hit one out here dead center, and he was the first one to hit it out here dead center, you knew he was a little different.
Yeah.
Alonso's got 17 home runs this year. You just saw Eddie King. He's got 17 this year as well and has been productive so far. RBI single in the first.
Alonso played mad this year.
Re-signed with the Mets. A.J. Singer throws out Eddie King, and 1, 2, 3 on 8 pitches. Jacob Craig hit a home run, most impressive one we've seen so far, and he's due up next inning.
How should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay. Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in the dryer?
The icon on the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. You just saved date night.
While they munch on Popeye's Crunch, Dante dreams away, missing out on all these new Louisiana flavor-rated wraps. Don't be like Dante.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
That iron suit is the ultimate display of power. I want her to take it.
I need to get ahead of this. Yeah. What you know about his hood?
It ain't from around here.
It comes from one of the darkest dimensions known. I think I have to fight magic with magic. You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew. I could chew a lot.
Ironheart, only on Disney+.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
We've seen some great pitching performances here in Omaha. One of the best freshman arms in the country, Dax Whitney, Friday against Louisville, worked into the 6th. Saturday, Cade Anderson, going to be a first-rounder, worked into the 8th. And then Sunday, Jacob Morrison piloted Coastal Carolina to a 25th straight win. And then the biggest, one of the most dominant pitching performances we will ever see, Gage Wood, the no-no, yesterday.
I know I've never seen anything like it, and I don't think we'll ever see that again. Like, that doesn't happen. That's once in a lifetime kind of stuff. And I kept looking at my scorebook going, this dude's got a 5 ERA. He's got a 5 ERA. That's what I kept saying. That's what he had going in. That wasn't 5 ERA stuff.
No, you know, maybe a ball early would have been a homer, maybe on a, you know, what was a deep fly out to the right field wall. Like, that's really been his bugaboo, is the coming off an injury. They didn't give him a high pitch count. And he'd give, you know, anytime you're throwing that many elevated fastballs, especially in some of those SEC ballparks, somebody probably going to run into one, you know. But yesterday, the couple balls that actually got squared up, and I mean like 2, stayed in the ballpark, and from there it was just a car fest.
This is A.J. Singer, 5, 6, and 7, leading off in the 6th for Oregon State, down by 2. It was a fly out to right that Wood got in the 2nd, and then until the 7th, no one else made a play other than him to get outs. It was strikeouts and comebackers.
Yeah.
Otherwise.
And I say 5 ERA. I mean, the average D1 pitcher this year, believe it or not, had a 6.2 ERA.
Really?
Yes, that was the average across the board, 300 teams. The average D1 pitcher pitched to a 6.2 ERA. So he was better than average, but that stuff didn't scream 5 ERA.
Full count on Singer. 19 Ks for Gage Wood. The other no-hitters at the Men's College World Series, 1950 and 1960. One of them against Tufts.
Okay.
Leadoff walk for A.J. Singer. And here come the Beavers. Facing elimination. Loser goes home. And the leadoff man is on for Oregon State. It had been 6 up, 6 down for Justin West. Leadoff walk. Been done like those. And now Tice Peterson, who's walked twice. And Jacob Craig, the home run hitter, on deck. Tice Peterson, a junior from Kirkland, Washington, had 2 hits Friday against Louisville. First year in what has roughly been a full-time role for him. He was big in elimination games in the regional against TCU, against St. Mary's, against USC. All as he fights through shin splints that have been bothering him for a while. And he bunts off the mound past West, and that is perfect from Tice Peterson.
That's how you do it.
That is perfect. You got a left-handed pitcher on the bump. Which way does he fall off, right? Falls off towards the third base side.
You got to go right at the second baseman. And this one's interesting, Ben, because it's a breaking ball, but he still gets enough of the barrel on it. Fantastic job of setting that angle. And usually when you get a breaking ball and you're trying to push bunt, it'll get in on your kitchen a little bit, but he slugged it right at Neighbors. And you couldn't roll it out there any better than that. Mark and Stacy are fired up, and we got the Let's Go Beavers chance going.
Their son just dropped down a perfect bunt, and the Beavs are into it. And now Jacob Craig. Ted Davis plays in at first for Louisville. And Craig gets hit. So they're loaded with nobody out for Oregon State. And Craig just wore it again.
You could hear that from up here. That caught all bone, it sounded like.
Yeah, let's listen. Oh!
And my man just took off his shin guard and moved on. Didn't even go to it, Ben. Just trotted down to first, like nothing happened. That did not sound friendly.
Remember, he got drilled on Friday by Patrick Forbes to begin the bottom of the third inning, and he just wore that one. Takes it off the kneecap here. And so Louisville pitching coach Roger Williams comes out. And a couple of righties up in the pen in Jake Schweitzer and Jack Brown. Well, before this half inning, Mitch Canham talking with his Beavers. They have had so many comebacks. They've had late game moments. Trying to get something going. And now in the 8th spot in the lineup, we were told this might happen. Pinch hitter comes in off the bench. Carson McIntyre, the redshirt freshman, will bat from the right side for the left-hand hitting Easton Talt. The native of Peoria, Arizona, has got good numbers when he has got chances this year. Loaded up, nobody out. First pitch in for a strike with the off speed from West.
Boy, hitting with runners in scoring position for Oregon State has been a problem. They are 1 for 17 at the College World Series, but a chance here to make a big impact with the bases loaded and nobody out.
0-1. McIntyre fouls it off, and it's 0-2.
He didn't see that very well. That was a little bit of an excuse me swing. Big spot for a young pinch hitter right here. Season on the line, back half of the ball game.
Yeah, it's 15 straight at bats with nothing doing with runners in scoring position for the Beavers. 1-2 on McIntyre. West has actually been pretty even against lefties and righties this year. And for McIntyre, very small sample sizes. Not as good against lefties as against righties. But he's in against the southpaw Justin West. The 1-2. 2-2 on McIntyre. Oregon State has had a flair for the dramatic. Mitch Canham said to us this morning, when we come back and win the whole thing, it is supposed to be like this, the hard way. Down by 2, facing elimination. 2-2. McIntyre fouls it off.
He's running that breaking ball in, but he's kind of leaving it up a little bit, Ben. You know he wants to wrap that thing, I'd say, a little bit more down towards the bottom third of that zone.
I mean, I know that's supposed to be his pitch, but for me, he's throwing some really good changeups, you know, and if he can get a good changeup down the way, I'll trade a double play right here for a run. Maybe you get that ground ball to one of your middle infielders if you can get that changeup kind of down and away and off the end of the bat.
West 2-2. Swing and a miss. Heater up the ladder for a monstrous first out.
Boy, you talk about a big strikeout right there by Justin West. Let's take a look at what we got here on the pitch sequence. Starts him off a little changeup down away for strike one. Gets a breaking ball inside. So 0-2. Changes the eye level. Just misses bad there. So 2-2 count. Another breaking ball working in. And then just elevates a four-seam fastball just above the top of the zone. Well done by Justin West.
So one away. Bases still loaded for Oregon State. And West has been pretty darn good since he came on in the fourth for the starter Brennan Cutts. Now the 9-man Cannon Reeder has struck out and has a flyout to center so far. Junior from Bend, Oregon. He's popped 8 home runs this year. Didn't have any his first 2 years. Breaking ball just misses away to begin to Cannon Reeder. Reeder had a huge home run in the Super Regional first inning of Game 3 to punch a ticket for the Beavers here to this stage in this ballpark. 2-0. Reeder lays off, and it's 3-0 with nowhere to put him.
Nice job putting on the brakes right there. That high fastball when you're in a hitter's count, that's an easy one to go after. Reeder puts on the brakes, and boy, is he in the driver's seat now.
And Justin West, one of the leaders of this Louisville team, trying to bear down. The pitch. Called a strike near the edge.
You see what Reeder did there in this batter's box? He jumped a little bit towards the pitcher and moved his foot position just before the ball came to home plate. See if he does it again. Oh, it's sitting tight that time.
On the ground to short. Alisea up with it. Kamayu Neighbors turn the pick. Pops out of the mitt of Davis. Singer scores, and it's a one-run game in the 6th inning.
Guys, I didn't like the decision by Alisea here to not throw this ball to Neighbors. He goes with the flip. Watch, his feet are stagnant. He's already turned, and he's got to take a step and then kind of heave this flip. Ball stays in the air forever. Neighbors rushes it. They're not going to get him anyway. That's the center fielder running. It just, for me, Alisea's got to have a better understanding of ball speed and runner speed there. And you got to give your second baseman a firm feed if you're going to get off the field with a big double play.
Yeah, he got kind of caught a little bit too far away, but you're right. It was his footwork. He didn't get bellied up to it the right way.
So now they're at the corners. One-run game. 2 outs in the 6th, and the leadoff man, Trent Carraway. First pitch swinging in the air to right. Eddie King goes back, and the inning is over. Oregon State gets one. Justin West prevents further damage. We got a one-run ball game for the right to stay in Omaha.
No. I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Sweet. Tell me how.
Add butter to the sauce.
What's next?
Mix it all together.
Done. Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Got it. So good.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24th, only on Disney+.
Drive with confidence in your new SUV from Woodhouse Ford. From the daily commute to the weekend escape, Ford SUVs are designed to go wherever life takes you. Visit us in-store or online at WoodhouseFordOmaha.com.
Still to come tonight, 7 Eastern here on ESPN, 6 Central from Omaha, Nebraska, UCLA and Arkansas. Big game. The Hogs got that no-hitter from Gage Wood. UCLA's got to come back after losing today to LSU, and Arkansas has the pitching lined up about as good as you can if you lose the first game here.
They got a deep stable of arms, that is for sure.
In our game today, our game track 4-3, bottom 6. Louisville up a run and batting with 6, 7, and 8, starting with Teg Davis against A.J. Hutchison. Keljo and Cutts were the starters. We've had a string of home runs in this game. Davis has struck out and lined out, and the freshman places one foul. Look out.
That was 108, y'all. My man went barehand to protect his daughter, it looks like there. Yeah. So good on him. 108 off the palm. Yeah, you can shake it. Go ahead, bro.
He's just now realizing that was 108 off the bat.
Yeah, love it, though. Make a play.
Off the bat of the slugger, Teg Davis.
Hope he at least got like a hug or a thank you out of that, you know.
It looked appreciated.
Okay.
The things you do for your children, right?
108 off the palm. Probably wasn't in his agenda for the day, but well done.
Another 0-2. Davis chops it over the mound at short, and Iba Arquette for the first down. Well, it brings up Zion Rose, who has one of those home runs we mentioned. 3 in this game, and he had one to lead off the 4th.
A little hanging spinner that he turned on and did a nice job of keeping this ball fair. 24 degrees off the bat, 103 miles an hour, and just under 370 feet. A line drive into the left field bullpen by the first team All-ACC outfielder for the Cards.
Sophomore from Chicago. Talk about the things our parents do for us. Zion Rose was telling us the other day that during COVID, his dad built Zion a cage in their backyard. He said they didn't have a lot of facilities around them regardless. Then it's COVID. Zion wanted to get better at baseball, and so his dad just built one in their backyard.
Well done. Seeing the fruits of that labor here over his college career. First 2 years, very productive.
In the air, center field from Rose. Reeder has got to go back, and he makes the catch for round number 2.
Yeah, there was a lot of folks got kind of creative during COVID because there wasn't nowhere, you couldn't find anywhere to work out. You kind of had to be creative and do some things on your own to kind of stay in shape and get your work in.
Not everybody has a 100-acre farm, you know.
Right.
Were you still able to hunt?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the deer didn't know that COVID was going on. They had no idea.
Nobody told them?
Nobody told them. It was just business as usual.
We're going to get a pinch hitter here in the spot of the 8-man in DH for Louisville. Byram Hott is a right-hand hitter. This is Garrett Pike, who had started the first couple of games for Louisville. Toledo transfer. He had an awesome season there last year. See the numbers this year with the Cards. First pitch swinging left center. Cannon Reeder got a great jump. He's on the move but can't get there. It bounces up off the top of the wall, and it's a 2-out double. First pitch into the ball game for Garrett Pike.
Well, we talked about Louisville. They don't waste any time, man. They are attacking early and often. And right off the bench, gets that little fastball pretty much in the heart of the plate, and that's a beautiful swing first. Hands go first, and barrel right behind it. This ball is slicing away from Reeder out to center field. He gives it a good effort, but just can't get to it.
So a little 2-out traction for Louisville up a run. Now to the 9th spot for the switch hitting second baseman Kamayu Neighbors. Well, on Sunday against Arizona was 4 for 4 out of the 9 spot.
Wow. Drove in a run.
First Louisville player with 4 hits in a game here at the Men's College World Series.
Well, and it feels like a good matchup for Neighbors here. A sinker baller that really preys on hitters being over aggressive and trying to pull the ball in the air. And Neighbors love staying on it and using the backside of the field.
Goes that way, but fouls it off, and it's 0-2. 25-year-old 6th-year senior, 3 years of junior college in California, then 2 years initially as a walk-on at Cal State Northridge. Started last year, now his first year with the Cards. Fouled away. He's a great kid. We've talked about that this weekend. Dan McDonald said to us the other day that umpires stop the Louisville head coach and say, Kamayu Neighbors, man, is incredible.
Yeah, he's a different kind of kid. Just a great energy about him and full of life.
Did he say he wants to be a preacher when baseball's over, or thinking about it?
Yeah, that's what he told us he might be into. He said he might be led into ministry. Line drive in the right field, a base hit. Kamayu Neighbors, pike to the plate. McIntyre's throw is way offline. Louisville leads by 2, and Neighbors is in scoring position.
Just that you felt like that was a good matchup for Louisville right there. The submarine righty versus the slap-hitting Neighbors, who just seeing everything right now. And he didn't use the backside. Gets one kind of middle away and hooks it right in the 4-hole. But one of the things you see with hitters like Neighbors, Ben, is you don't shift them, right? Because you can use both sides of the field. So often we see that ball from a left-handed hitter go right to a shifted second baseman, but not a guy like Neighbors. You got to play him straight up. Opens up that 4-hole and an RBI knock, and the Cards fans are loving it.
And honestly, the ball should have been cut off by Jacob Craig to first base, but the throw was offline from the beginning. The ball got by, got up against the backstop. Now you got another runner in scoring position, but you could tell where the first baseman Craig was. He wasn't quite in line. That ball was towards first base.
Check out this contact rate in the NCAA tournament. Are we swinging and missing like once?
Yeah, that's pretty impressive in today's game. A lot of swing and miss stuff out there.
Thank you very much for your production from the 9 spot. It's the leadoff man, Alex Alisea. And it's 1-2 from A.J. Hutchison, who's only thrown 1 ball this inning. Everything has been around the strike zone. So the lead back to 2 for Louisville in this bottom of the 6th inning. Center field at Reeder. Hitting over. Kamayu Neighbors adds a run. The lead's 5-3 for Louisville, but the big bats are coming in the 7th for Oregon State. Iva Arquette will get it started. The first round pick next.
Years from now, we will talk about the games. But the guys who actually played in those games, they'll remember the laughs, the deep dugout conversations, and yes, goofy dances and hats made from bananas.
I'm wide awake and I'm dreaming.
It became a pretty tight-knit family, to be honest. It's the brotherhood we got here.
This is the closest family I've had.
It's the bond of baseball brotherhood.
Man, from Little League to Major League Baseball, few things bond a team and a fan base like a postseason run. There's just something different about baseball in the postseason, and both these teams trying to stay alive here at the Men's College World Series. Take a ride with us into Charles Schwab Field on day 5. This elimination game between Oregon State and Louisville that heads to the 7th. Ben McDonald, Chris Burke, Mike Monaco with you. Danny Wexelman down at field level. And the new arm is the freshman right-hander, Jack Brown from Fishers, Indiana.
Yeah, Jack Brown, 24 appearances on the year. He's got 2 starts under his belt, 40 and a third. Walks have been an issue for him. 27 walks and just 40 and a third. Matter of fact, 1 less strikeout than he does have walks. Opponents hitting .340 off the freshman right-hander, Brown.
He's an east-west type of guy, and he starts out with a spinner away to Iva Arquette. Trying to keep this journey going for the Beavers.
Fastball, slider, curveball, and a little changeup to go with it.
Changeup left up there to Arquette. We got a lot of eye black in a lot of different places right there.
Yeah.
Dax Whitney.
Do we think that's intentional?
Yeah, he didn't have a mirror to put that on. There's no way.
Line drive center field. Iva Arquette scorched leadoff single.
Yeah, guys, I just walked up to him, by the way, and I asked, hey, is this normal for you, regular for you, this eye black you got? He said, yeah, when I'm not pitching, I just kind of go with it. It's different every time.
Whatever works, I guess, right? I mean,
yeah.
Ben, you showed us earlier how the rally caps worked in '89.
Whatever works. Whatever works for you.
One of the best.
Whether it's the Polaroid case or whatever it is, eye black, it doesn't matter. Whatever works.
So the leadoff man's on for Gavin Turley, and this dude is dangerous with the bat. He's been an exit velocity display here in Omaha over 3 games. And he skies this one to left center. Moore goes back with the room and makes the catch. Arquette bluffs but stays at first, and the rare exit velo below 100 for Gavin Turley.
And this is the type of day where if he just caught it a little more square, that one would have rode out of here. It is definitely carrying to the left side of the field today. I mean, that ball even stayed in the air longer than I thought it would.
So the freshman Jack Brown handles Gavin Turley, the all-time leader in home runs for Oregon State. And now Brown against the senior catcher in the cleanup spot for the Beavers in Wilson Weber. Bottom of the zone with a strike. Weber, a strikeout in the first, a walk in the third, a ground out to short in the 5th. Hammered into left field, base hit. That one hung for Wilson Weber, and there's 2 on with Oregon State down by 2 in the 7th.
Yeah, Jack Brown now, if you look at the numbers on the year, and I'm a little bit surprised Dan McDonald brought him in this situation. This is a freshman facing the heart of the order. And for the season, opponents batting average .340 against the freshman. And both of those balls have been touched.
Jack Brown was a big-time recruit out of Fishers, Indiana. He didn't pitch during the regional. Then in the Supers, worked a little bit in Game 2 against Miami, an inning and a third, gave up a run. So not a lot of postseason experience for the rookie. And now he faces the 5-man in the Oregon State lineup, the second baseman A.J. Singer, who has walked twice and scored a run in the 6th. First pitch swinging, this one popped up on the infield. Infield fly rule in effect, and there's 2 down.
Oregon State still struggling to find that right swing with a runner in scoring position. Just, it has been 0 for today, 0 for 9 in their chances to come up with a run scoring hit with a runner in scoring position.
0 for 9 and 1 for 21 at the College World Series runners in scoring position for Oregon State in 3 games.
Ball 1 to Tice Peterson, the DH for Mitch Canham. They beat Louisville on Friday 4-3 in walk-off fashion, and then lost to Coastal Carolina on Sunday night 6-2. That hung, but it's in for a strike, and it's 1-1. Again, 19 straight hitless at bats here in Omaha with runners in scoring position. And we got all kinds of eye black work, and not just Dax Whitney. The 1-1. Peterson tied up on a sinker that just kept running.
That looked like a wiffle ball right there.
Almost hit him in the hip.
Tell you, that ball just exploded left to right. See if you can throw that one again.
The freshman Jack Brown's 1-2. Line drive into center. Moore comes on and makes the catch. The freshman Jack Brown strands 2 and keeps Louisville in front by 2.
Boy, Lucas Moore was hunting this one. The second that ball left the bat, it's a big-time play by the Cardinals center fielder, running downhill at contact. A great read, and you know he's got plenty of speed to finish that one off.
Can you help me study this?
Happy to. Let's start. What are mutations?
I don't know. Can you explain it to me in a simple way?
Imagine mutations as typos in your body's DNA.
What causes mutation?
Mutations happen for a few reasons.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to me.
Welcome back to the NCAA Men's College World Series presented by Capital One. Game 2 of 3 on this rare 3-game day, thanks to weather. And Vahivo Loy and Arkansas in the building for a game at 7 Eastern against UCLA, and a very interesting starting pitcher for the Razorbacks in Zach Root, first-team All-SEC, who started their first game on Saturday.
Yeah, he only threw 38 pitches against LSU in an inning and 2/3. So it sounds like he's going to be back up on the bump tonight.
And as Matt Hobbs told us, like, when he takes the ball again, it's not for 60 pitches. Like, whenever we feel like he's ready to pitch again, we need a full start out of him.
Matt Hobbs was telling us, the Arkansas pitching coach, that they had a conversation on Sunday, and Zach Root was trying to throw yesterday. Imagine if he had thrown yesterday and we hadn't got the no-hitter.
He's ready to get back out there because he was not happy about getting pulled out of that ball game early in the game. I mean, it worked out.
It was an inning and 2/3, those 38 pitches that you said.
I mean, look at the look on his face. He's like, I can't believe it. A couple of walks, hit batter.
All Gabe Gackel did was go out there and dominate.
Bouncing ball to first off the bat of Lucas Moore in the 2 spot. Jacob Craig handles, and there's one away for A.J. Hutchison in the bottom of the 7th. Game 6 of the NBA Finals Thursday in Indiana, 8:30 Eastern on ABC, ESPN Deportes, and ESPN Radio. Coverage tips with countdown at 8. SGA 31-10 in a Game 5 win.
TJ McConnell.
What do you do?
I'm asking you.
A lot of copy, but not on the copy.
Not 31-10.
Matt Klein bats and takes strike one. 3-hitter who has walked, struck out, and has a fly out to left. When Matt Klein broke the bone in his wrist on his glove hand, a few days later, Dan McDonnell told him the story of Warren Morris, who missed 42 games with a broken hamate bone and then hit the most famous home run in the history of this event. Backside ground ball off the mid of a diving Trent Carraway. And a one-out single for Matt Klein, with Dad Scott, a former Card, enjoying this.
It's been a big last few days for the Trinity Shamrocks, where Matt Klein hails from. They won their second state championship. And then Dalen Lau, the hometown kid from Louisville, Kentucky, hit his first major league home run, another Trinity alum. So Matt Klein adding to their joy over the last few days. Trinity baseball on a heater.
And now we're going to get a mound visit from Rich Dorman, the pitching coach. Gives us a chance to check out Capital One rewarding performance, and a couple home runs from the Cards in this one, starting with Jake Monroe in the third.
Jake Monroe got the party started with a bomb into the left center field seats, and then Zion Rose backed it up with a rocket into the bullpen. Cards playing a little long ball, a little different launch on those two baseballs, but they both ended up in the seats. And a big reason why the Cards find themselves up a couple runs here in the 7th.
And Jake Monroe this time will face a new arm. You saw Eric Segura, who's coming on for the Beavers, one of their best, enters with Oregon State down by 2.
Everybody say it with me. Chanticleers. Chanticleers. We've got a dugout full bunch of hungry and humble dogs.
The teal is for real. To win 25 straight is ridiculous. We don't care who we play. We're going to play our game and we're going to win.
The Chanticleers are 2-0, and Coastal Carolina has been awesome for the better part of 2 months. Absolutely rolling. And whoever stays alive and wins this game today matches up with Coastal tomorrow. You see 2 o'clock Eastern time here on ESPN. And whoever wins this one would need to beat Coastal twice in this double elimination format. Jake Monroe with Louisville up by 2, bottom 7, and Eric Segura, premium arm for this staff, comes on like he did Friday against the Cards.
Yeah, Segura making his 19th appearance of the year. He does have 5 starts, 57 1/3. He can strike you out. 78 strikeouts, 36 walks. It's some good swing and miss stuff. Fastball swing and miss 31% of the time. D1 average about 18%, and a lot of swing and miss for both the breaking balls too.
Monroe lines it into right field, a base hit, a sliding stop by McIntyre. Klein goes first to third. First pitch swinging on the fastball for Jake Monroe, who singled off of Segura on Friday.
Man, he just does a really nice job of using the backside of the field. He's a guy that is not afraid to let the baseball get to him, and that is an inside-out move and a rocket into right field. We've already seen a homer to left center, and now a bullet into right. And the Cards go first to third and continue to put the pressure on here as the offense, boy, starting with that 8th inning a couple days ago, the offense has just looked different.
I know, I've never seen a team this aggressive on first pitch. Like, they waste no time at all getting after it.
That's how Monroe gets aboard in front of Eddie King Jr., who goes first pitch swinging as well in the air to center. Klein readies at third. Cannon Reeder has the throw cut. Run scores, so it's in regardless. Singer taps the tag on Monroe to end the inning. But a sac fly gets the job done from Eddie King. Louisville's lead is now 6-3 as we go to the 8th inning in Omaha.
How should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay. Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in the dryer?
The icon on the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. You just saved date night.
While they munch on Popeye's Crunch, Dante dreams away, missing out on all these new Louisiana flavor-rated wraps. Don't be like Dante.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
A Men's College World Series is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Home runs on both sides and the celebrations that follow. A football helmet, a Polaroid, and the picture of what it looks like for the Beavers. But they trailed this thing 6-3 on a Tuesday at Charles Schwab Field in Omaha, Nebraska. 8th inning. And it is go time for the Beavers. Only 6 outs left to work with in their season. They've got 7, 8, and 9, starting with the home run hitter from the 4th inning in Jacob Craig against a new arm. Another freshman, Louisville's own, Trinity Shamrock's own, Jake Schweitzer.
Yeah, Schweitzer on the year making his 24th appearance, 39 innings of work for him, 18 walks and 20 strikeouts. Opponent's hitting .201 off the right-hander, Schweitzer.
Sinker slider guy, and this is the matchup that we saw Friday night, right? The matchup that where Oregon State was able to put one on the board in the 9th and walk the Cards off. So Schweitzer getting another chance at the Beavers.
In that one, Schweitzer also came on in the 8th inning. He got Jacob Craig to line out to left. First batter he faced in that one, again in the 8th, and now Craig again leading off the 8th here a few days later. That one just misses in to start out to Jacob Craig. Trent Caraway hoping to get a shot this inning in that leadoff spot. 2-0. This Oregon State team, preseason number 7 in the country. They've never been ranked lower than 11th this year, but they dropped their first game of the regional. Only team in the country that lost its first game of a regional and still went to supers. And they got here as well. That just misses. Perhaps low, maybe a little bit out. 3-0.
He needs that one, Ben. That is a sinker ball pitcher. He needs the benefit of the doubt at the bottom of the zone. A tough call that doesn't go his way.
Saw how good the Beavers have been in these elimination games. So they had 4 of them in the regional because they lost that first game to St. Mary's, who had never won an NCAA tournament game. And then pushed to 3 in the Super against Florida State. Popped up behind the second base bag, shallow center. Lucas Moore calls for it, and there is 1 away in the top of the 8th inning. So out number 1 for Schweitzer, who now gets the 8th spot in the lineup, where Carson McIntyre pinch hit for Easton Talt, and McIntyre will bat again right on right. McIntyre did not face Schweitzer on Friday. First pitch swinging, Alisea to his left, up to his feet, throws to first for out number 2.
Yes, sir. A little different body type than Ivar Arquette, but he can go get it just the same. More of your old school traditional low to the ground shortstop. That's getting low to the ground and then quick to his feet, enough arm to finish it off. A smooth play there by the Cardinals shortstop.
He caught that ball behind him, didn't he?
Cards fans love it here in Omaha from Alex Alisea. So 2 outs, 6 pitches for Schweitzer, and now the 9-man Cannon Reeder, who walked against Schweitzer on Friday. Jake Schweitzer's mom, Tara, yeah, that's what I imagine.
What's that heartbeat right now?
She looks comfortable.
She can't even sit down. She's just pacing.
Watching her son, who has authored a fabulous freshman season. Guy who wasn't even part of the travel roster at the beginning of the season. Didn't pitch the first 2 weekends of the year. Had arrived as a two-way guy. Good shortstop in high school, good hitter, confident in the box. They liked his makeup. And then they've used him a lot as a pitcher. This one comes up and in, it hits Reeder. They're going to award him first base, and now it gets a little bit interesting. Did he make a move to intentionally be hit by it? Dan McDonald comes out, the home plate umpire behind the plate in discussion with him, Casey Moser.
Here we go. Here we go again, Ben. No, no, decided not to.
Let's take a look at this and see. Elbow. No, I'm okay with that one. He's just turning away. That's fine. Nothing came out. He didn't chicken wing it.
Nope. He's turning. He's turning. If we can't get first base on that, I don't know what gives you first base.
We await the word.
No review.
No word.
What do I say?
Play
all we heard.
Well, Dan McDonald chose not to review it himself, and so he asked them to get together. They did, and they liked the call.
I mean, he's got the challenge. He can use it if he wants to, but he doesn't want to. And maybe by sending them into a discussion, I don't know, a little discourse without him using a challenge, we don't think it would have changed. Again, the rule is if you are judged to intentionally make a movement to be hit by a pitch, it's a strike. So puts a man aboard for Trent Caraway, a leadoff man who's had a big postseason against, now facing Schweitzer. Schweitzer got Caraway to ground out to third on Friday. And Ivar Arquette hoping for a chance here in this 8th. Breaking ball cut on and missed.
Look at this.
Breathe. You got to breathe in and out. In and out.
You got to watch it with a camera on you as well.
Get a strikeout here. She made cartwheel back to her seat.
Jake Schweitzer's 0-2. Caraway strikes out. Yeah, Mom loves it. Jake Schweitzer gets the job done. Everybody celebrating on the concourse. The lead still 3 for Louisville.
Breathe, Mom, breathe.
Can you help me study this?
Happy to. Let's start. What are mutations?
I don't know. Can you explain it to me in a simple way?
Imagine mutations as typos in your body's DNA.
What causes mutation?
Mutations happen for a few reasons.
While they munch on Popeye's Crunch, Dante dreams away, missing out on all these new Louisiana flavor-rated wraps. Don't be like Dante.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
That iron suit is the ultimate display of power. I want to attack.
I need to get ahead of this. Yeah. What you know about his hood? It ain't from around here.
It comes from one of the darkest dimensions known.
I think I have to fight magic with magic.
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew.
I could chew a lot.
Ironheart, only on Disney+.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to me. Say you want it to be just a rock and roll. Do you have what it takes for rock and roll?
Struck well into the corner. This ball is back, and it is gone. The Louisville vibes are good, and how about this? We showed you Tara Schweitzer, mom of Jake Schweitzer, who got a 0 in the 8th inning, and Louisville superfan Creighton just lifted her up.
I told you she was going to cartwheel back. She almost did.
Mama just wants 2 zeros for her birthday. That ain't too much to ask, is it? Just 2 zeros, son.
It is 6-3 Cards. Eric Segura working for Oregon State against Ted Davis. Trying to keep Oregon State, what do you guys say on squeeze play? Hanging around?
Hanging around.
What movie was that? Hanging around.
Rounders.
Hanging around, he said.
That's it.
What noise was that, Ben?
That's how he does.
That's how he did. Hanging around.
Paid the man his money.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
He said he beat me. Straight up.
2-1 on Davis. Davis, a fun personality. He's had a great year for Dan McDonald, who was telling us Ted Davis always keeps it loose. At one point, Dan McDonald came out for a mound visit. This is like a couple months into the season. High pressure moment in the game. Mac comes out to the mound, and Ted Davis says, "Hey, thanks for giving me Jack Brown as a roommate."
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah. Sure enough, why not? 3-1. Davis skies this one left center field. Reeder goes back onto the track and runs it down. Davis thought he missed it off the bat, and that thing really is blowing out to left.
Yeah, no, he didn't get that one. And believe it or not, it pushed the center fielder all the way up against the wall, but he didn't get that one good.
Listen.
Well, in this ballpark, you're used to, if you miss it at all, it's got no chance, especially to the backside. But that was the old, wait a second.
Yeah. Well, you could tell the sound it made off the bat. He got it a little bit off the end. But that's a strong dude. I mean, that's the kind of dude that can miss hit a ball and blow it out of just about any ballpark.
So Ted Davis is out number 1, and now Zion Rose takes ball 1 from Segura. Louisville up by 3. Got walked off by Oregon State And both teams opener on Friday. And Louisville trying to make it back-to-back elimination game wins. Flip side, clock ticking on Oregon State. They've had a season unlike any other teams really in the country. Independent, left without the Pac-12 for a couple of years. Played a crazy schedule with all kinds of travel, nearly 24,000 airline miles.
Nice breaking ball there. 2-0 count, expecting a fastball, just bends that little spinner in there. We're going old school here, man. We're putting down fingers right now. This is some old school stuff.
3-1 on Zion Rose. Oregon State down by 3. They're going to have the big bats coming up in the 9th inning. Iva Arquette will lead it off. Again, projected top 10 pick. Then Gavin Turley, program's all-time leader in home runs. And the senior catcher, Wilson Weber. 3-2. Do we have the fingers going there too, Ben?
I didn't see that. We got there. The time before that it was. We'll take a look here.
He's using the pitch comm, looks like, on his wrist.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw some fingers go down, so I don't know what's going on. That's, yeah, he's pushing the pitch comm on his left wrist, so no fingers this time.
Rose pulls it foul. How do you think you would have liked pitch comm or similar devices?
I don't know. I mean, I guess you can get used to anything. I just preferred 1 fastball, 2 curve. Wiggle my fingers a little bit, I'll take a little off.
It's a simple life. 7th pitch to Zion Rose. Leaks inside. 1 out base runner for Louisville, up by 3 in the 8th. Well, we continue on at the Men's College World Series here in Omaha, and the championship series starts on Saturday. For more info, go to ncaa.com, the official home for all 90 NCAA championships. We get another pinch hitter here in the 8th spot in the lineup for the Cards. Nate Early will get a chance. Louisville considered starting him on Sunday. They ended up going with Garrett Pike again. And Early bats where Garrett Pike had hit before and had doubled.
Tough break. Tough crowd, Ben.
Very tough. Get 1 at bat, you double, and then you're right out of the ball game. Hang with them.
Pretty nice day for Pike, though. Hit me a double and take it to the house, throw my turfs on.
That's Kellen Oakes, right-hander up in the pen. And Rich Dorman's coming out. Yeah, we might be deep in the weeds on matchup stuff here. You know, you're throwing up a left-hand bat for a left-hand bat in the DH spot after he doubled against a different pitcher. And now we got a visit and some urgency in the bullpen.
Well, the double by Pike was on the sinker baller Hutchinson, which does fit his bat path, a little bit of a low high. Segura's got more of the high carry kind of cut life that maybe doesn't suit Pike as well. So I agree with you. It feels like this matchup isn't as favorable for Pike as the previous one. Yeah. That was just who's this hitter and what do we want to do with him?
How are we going to attack him?
Yep.
That's right.
Well, we'll fill in the blanks. Nate Early's from Cincinnati. He's a junior, went to Moeller, came out of junior college, couple years there down in the state of Florida.
You got to think Rose may be advancing or trying to right here.
Doesn't go on the first one. That backs up on Eric Segura. Got to go back more than a month for the last hit for Nate Early. And now getting a chance here at the Men's College World Series. Hasn't started a game since the 2nd of May in South Bend, Indiana. That's his only start this year since March. Out of this bench role, coming on here in the bottom of the 8th, looking to add on. 3 takes. Eric Segura deals a 3-0. And a 4-pitch walk to the pinch hitter. A guy who only has 10 hits all season, and it puts 2 on for Louisville. And now Kellen Oakes will come on. Rich Storman will make the move.
Yeah, he didn't waste any time with that one. That was it got sideways in a hurry there from Segura.
I think Rose over at first base had him sped up just a little bit, thinking about that stolen base.
So Kellen Oakes makes the entrance onto this stage at the Men's College World Series. And a reminder still to come. Well, you saw them earlier, and they're back again for their second game of the day. UCLA has arrived. 7 Eastern against Arkansas.
No. I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Sweet. Tell me how.
Add butter to the sauce.
What's next?
Mix it all together.
Done. Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Got it. So good.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Sunshine came softly through my window today. When you've made your mind up forever to be mine.
Huge stakes in this one, win or go home. And Louisville added 2 runs in the third with a Jake Monroe blast that made it 3-0. Jacob Craig got a couple back for Oregon State in the top of the 4th with the farthest home run we've had hit here and the picture to prove it. But then Zion Rose got one back right away in the next half inning, bottom of the 4th for the Cardinals, and they've got the lead 6-3 in the bottom of the 8th inning. We're down to 6 teams after this one, down to 5, and Oregon State clinging to life with the brackets looking like this. Coastal Carolina in the driver's seat in bracket 1 here. Bracket 2 coming tonight with UCLA and Arkansas fighting to stay alive in this double elimination format. And Kellen Oakes comes on for Oregon State.
Yeah, Kellen Oakes has been outstanding this year. 36 innings of work, 47 strikeouts, only 17 walks. Pretty much a 2-pitch mix. Fastball and a slider. Fastball is going to tick up to 95. There's your numbers on the year. Very good strikeout to walk ratio, and he's got his hands full right here.
Against Kamayu Neighbors, pulled back and had it called a strike. 2 on. We got a pinch runner in the game at first, Michael Lippy, a veteran outfielder. Neighbors had a run-scoring single to right his last time. That's up and away at 95, a ball and a strike. Saw Oakes on Friday work an inning. Give up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned.
Well, got to find a way right now to draw a line right in the sand if you're Oakes. 3 runs is doable. It's tough, but it's doable. You start getting 4 and 5, it gets really hard from there.
He had the 9th inning on Friday. Zion Rose started that with a bullet to left. Turley dove for it, and it ended up a triple. Bouncing ball up the middle. Arquette to the bag. How do you do, Kellen Oakes? Easy double play ball right at Iva Arquette. Oregon State is down by 3. They need 3. They got 3 outs to play with. Iva Arquette will lead it off when we come back.
No. I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Sweet. Tell me how.
Add butter to the sauce.
What's next?
Mix it all together.
Done. Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Got it. So good.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Hello, hello, hello.
Maybe it's you. Drive up that's ready when you are. Just tap Target.
The Beavers trying to get the final 3 outs in this one. And this game's tied at 3. Turley on a line to left into the corner. Alisane's throw, not in time. The Beavers walk it off. It was crazy on Friday in the first meeting between these teams. And what does the 9th inning have in store today, with Louisville on top of Oregon State 6-3 for the right to stay here at the Men's College World Series another day? And can Iva Arquette, number 8 overall prospect in baseball, continue his one spectacular season with Oregon State?
It's not going to be easy, because Daniel Levitt just entered the ball game. I tell you what, he has had a really solid year. 33rd and a third innings pitched, 52 strikeouts and 33 and a third for him. 28th appearance of the year, and it's a lot of swing and miss too, guys. 49% swing and miss on the slider and 40% swing and miss, and even the fastball well above average too. About a 30% swing and miss on that fastball. Again, D1 average swing and miss on the fastball is 18%.
Hope lingers for Oregon State. It starts with Iva Arquette. First pitch swinging on a rope to left. That ball is back and gone. Leadoff home run, Arquette, and it's a 2-run ball game.
Well, that's one way to get the night started.
We got a new leader in the distance clubhouse. A bomb off the bat of Iva Arquette, 418 feet. And that'll get you going into top of the 9th as the Beavers trying to steal this one late.
I guess they're not taking till they get a strike, huh?
No, clearly. You tell that kid he do whatever he wants.
It's only the 3rd home run given up by Wyatt Danielewicz this season. And with a Ben McDonald caliber rally cap on, for a Beaver fan, it's a 2-run game. And now Gavin Turley, the program's all-time leader in home runs. He's had a fabulous career in Corvallis. Kid from Midway, Utah. Has put on a ball-striking display over 5 days here in Omaha. Cut and a miss.
Isn't it amazing how on a day where the ball's carrying, a 2- or 3-run lead feels totally different than it's felt throughout the course of this tournament? All of a sudden it feels way more reachable than it would have the last few days.
Swing and a miss, 1-2 on Turley.
Definitely the most gettable day we've seen so far. I mean, the ball's bouncing pretty good. With
Nobody out in the 9th. 1-2 to Turley. stays alive. Back to the home run.
Sitting heater and gets one. You talk about right down Broadway, right in mid-thigh, and you think Daniel Levitch maybe thought, Ben, like you were saying, maybe they'll be taken, let's get ahead, and Ivar Arquette said, no, sir.
That's some quick hands, too. That ball looked like it got on him for a while, and he just went after it, and when he did.
1-2. Turley, this one behind first and dumps it into right of base head. Oregon State brings the tying run to the plate already with nobody out in the ninth inning.
Hey now.
The Cardinals fans can't watch right now. There's a little different mojo on each side of the field. This is why you get the barrel in the plane on plane early. He's sitting breaking ball because he'd swung and missed early in the count, but the bat's on plane early enough, and it ain't pretty, but square enough to doink it into right. And now the tying run comes to the plate.
In the form of Wilson Weber for an Oregon State team that prides itself on doing it the hard way all season. And the senior catcher takes up ball one and glares out at the mound.
And Weber's got some juice too now. 12 long balls on the year. See the 58 RBIs?
His confidence, Mitch Canham told us, has come out as this year's gone along. They told him, this is your team. This one spiked at a stop by Klein, but then he couldn't locate it. It trickled behind him, and Turley moves up into scoring position.
It looked like it almost hit him. Tough pitch for Klein to block with the ball being right at the feet of Weber. And no, it didn't hit him, but it almost did. Klein unable to keep it in front.
And now Matt Klein's going to go out to the mound. All right, so you're at 8 pitches only for Daniel Levitch, but the home run, flare, 2-strike single. Now you're behind 2-0. And Louisville's not messing around. They got action in the bullpen, and they got Tucker Biven up, who we saw throw on Sunday.
Yeah. One of the more experienced arms on this staff, has held the closer role a few different times throughout the course of his career. So certainly comfortable finishing games. And Schweitzer, after a clean 1-2-3-8, gets the hook, and now things have gotten dicey.
Yeah, Biven threw 50 pitches on Sunday.
He went the final 4 innings of the game in shutout fashion. And now he's trying to get ready if the cards turn to him. After the visit, 2-0 on Wilson Weber. And Dan McDonald is going to go right to Tucker Biven.
He wants that righty-on-righty matchup. That's what he wants.
Well, it's all righties. So from here on out, he's going to like his matchup. But Daniel Levitch been really good, right? I mean, he's been one of the best arms, if not the best arm, out of the Cardinal bullpen all postseason. Just didn't have it here this afternoon, and now they're going to flip the ball to a guy that's been in this position a few times for the Cards, but never in an elimination game in the College World Series.
Tucker Biven enters, one of their best arms, getting entrusted with this one with Louisville up by 2 on Oregon State in the 9th in this elimination game in Omaha.
How should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay. Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in the dryer?
The icon on the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. You just saved date night.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad You just say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Experience comfort, luxury, and reliability in your new vehicle from Woodhouse Buick. Visit us in-store or online at WoodhouseBuickGMC.com. Woodhouse Buick GMC. We
Truly a must-win game. We say it all the time, but this is win or go home elimination game at the Men's College World Series. You win, you come back tomorrow afternoon against Coastal Carolina, and you would need to beat them twice to get to the championship series that starts on Saturday. So Wyatt Danielewicz comes out, eye black all over the place, rally caps for Dax Whitney, the Beavers and their fan base. And Tucker Bivin comes on in a 2-0 count against the cleanup man Wilson Weber, and it is nail-biting time in Omaha.
Yeah, Bivin, 4 saves on the year, looking for number 5. Mostly a sinker slider guy. Occasional curveball, occasional changeup, but it's going to be heavy fastball, that sinking fastball, and the slider. And I tell you what, the slider has been the pitch for him. Opponents hitting just 115 off that breaking ball.
Schweitzer had the 8th, Danielewicz got the 9th, and now Bivin follows, and that's up 3-0. Wilson Weber has walked and has singled. These teams played a crazy one on Friday. Bivin's 3-0. Misses, and a 4-pitch walk puts the tying run aboard. Well, Berkey, let's start with this. How'd you feel about Schweitzer not coming back for the 9th inning?
Well, I think it's a similar situation to when these teams met the first time on Friday night, where Schweitzer had a scoreless 8th and then went out there in the 9th and gave out up a run to the top of the order that was due up in that inning. So I think my guess is their thinking, Ben, was let's give them a different look. Arquette and Turley had success off of him the last time.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Danielewicz and Bivin have been outstanding.
And now you got A.J. Singer squaring, but that's a ball with the corners racing in and momentum building for Oregon State.
See how Louisville plays this defensively. Do they just get an out? Do they try to get the lead out here? What's Monroe going to do? Monroe hanging. So anytime you see the third baseman just hanging there, that means the pitcher has the third base side. The first baseman obviously is going to take the first base out. But Tech Davis is very aggressive, and a left-handed first baseman, if you make a bad bunt, he can rip that thing to third and get the lead out.
Yeah, and he's closing the distance too from third base. Look at, he's going to be all the way into about 30 feet. But this is where you got to throw a strike. I mean, you just got to throw a strike right now and take your medicine. And if it's bunted hard enough back to you or to the first baseman, maybe you get the lead out over at third.
Yeah, and this is Bivin pitching for the 2nd time in 3 days. Only done that a couple of times this year, and never after the length he gave on Sunday. 2-1. Singer bunts it foul, and it's 2-2.
You can see Singer really tried with the bat there to kind of slug it towards third base. Late, he made a move with the bat. Because Davis is so in his face, he's making sure he doesn't get it up the first base side, and with that, he just topped it.
You gonna bunt him again here, 2-2?
Man, it's a tough call.
Yes,
probably not. I probably let him swing. Singer can run. I probably take my chances with him swinging the bat.
Tucker Bivin's 2-2. Singer lines it into right field. King on the move, plays it on a hop. Oregon State's got him loaded in the 9th inning.
And how many times you see it? The hitter fails to get the bunt down. They gain just a little extra level of focus because they know how much they need to deliver for their team. And Singer gets a sinker that just doesn't do much and just carves it into right field. Eddie King lets it fall. And that's their first hit with runners in scoring position of the ballgame. Now, didn't score anybody because Turley played it so safe at second base. But
I'm all right with that.
Yeah, that's right.
Turley, Weber, and Singer aboard for now Tice Peterson. Junior DH swings through the first one from Bivin. Again, Bivin went the final 4 innings Sunday in an elimination game against Arizona. Shutout work, 5 hits, couple Ks, 53 pitches like Ben said. Couple walks and a bunt single from Peterson. He lays off. Tucker Bivin's the most versatile piece, Dan McDonald was telling us, on the Louisville pitching staff. Team USA over the summer last year as a reliever. Berkey told you a lot of closing experience. Nobody out in the 9th inning. The 1-1. Down and away, 2-1.
Kind of tugging that sinker, Ben. That's a couple times now we've seen him throw. You know, that sinker is almost always designed to be to the arm side. He keeps tugging it there to the glove side, away from these right-handed hitters.
Loaded up. Bivins 2-1. Peterson on the ground to short at Alisea through the wickets. Turley and Weber score. This game is tied.
Guys, I gotta wonder here if the runner really affected Alisea. This is a tough one here. The ball and the runner kind of arrive at the same time, and Alisea just kind of whips it, Ben. I just don't think he got a great look at it. I think the runner affects him, and he ends up way inside the baseball. What looked like might have been a 6-4-3 ends up nobody out in a tie ball game.
Boy, Louisville have been so good on defense.
Chaos at the Chuck. And now Dan McDonald's coming out. The first 5 have reached for the Beavers in the top of the 9th, and they pulled even. A 3-spot already, still nobody out, and Louisville is trying to slow this thing down.
I mean,
this ain't a pitching meeting, is it, Ben? This is a team meeting right here.
Rally caps are working.
Pinch runner at second base.
They're going to pull Tice Peterson, who's dealing with the shin splints, and go to Adam Haight to run at second. Well, this is what Oregon State has talked about, doing it the hard way. Mitch Canham said it again to us this morning. He said, this is how the story is supposed to be. He said, how much more joy will it bring our team and our fans if we come out of the cellar, another elimination game? Well, how about down 3 in the 9th inning, backs against the wall? Still nobody out, and the batter is Jacob Craig, Jr., who had one of the heroic hits in this postseason run 2 weeks ago. Infield in, first pitch, and Craig swings through the breaking ball. Craig had a massive hit in the 9th inning in Game 1 of the Super Regional against Florida State that tied it. That's the only other game, anything like this kind of 9th inning comeback for Oregon State all season. Craig told us the other day that moment is why you play the game. For big moments just like that one. Told us it was definitely the biggest moment of his career. Told us it was the loudest crowd he had ever heard in his life. And he said he took a deep breath and realized the stage he had. He's got another one here today. Bivins 0-2. Drips up and away. 2 improbable ninth innings between these teams in a span of 5 days. 1-2. Craig takes.
Hey, leaning on that slider right now, Ben.
But with that wall on the left side, I mean by that wall of defense by Louisville, for me in this position right here, it's two-seam fastball and it's in. I got to create a ground ball, hopefully into that wall over there.
2-2. Strike 3 call, top of the zone. A strikeout for Bivin, and there's one away.
Oh, he leaned on that slider, and he finally got one there. And I mean, it was borderline right at the top of the zone. As a hitter, you think it's up. You see it up. Watch him bend this breaking ball. Could have been up. But a huge pitch and a huge result for Louisville here.
So one away. And now it's Carson McIntyre, who came on to hit for the left-hand hitting Easton Tull in the 6th inning. He is struck out and grounded out to short. And a move over to third. Seeing if anything's on there.
Okay, maybe, yeah. Safety certainly an option right here. This is where Ted Davis, you know, to me at first base, like, yeah, you might get a ground ball, but to cheat in and really be anticipating a safety squeeze is probably your primary role here.
Leaning on the breaking ball again to start out McIntyre with strike 1. Bivin deals. That's a strike, and it's 0-2.
Based on a couple of those top zone breaking balls, Ben. I know traditionally you're not trying to do that, but it's been successful. You see the Beaver hitters just can't pull the trigger at that one.
What scares me about elevated pitches, though, I mean, you're just trying to shove a ball deep enough. And when you elevate a ball in the zone, it gives the hitter an opportunity to push it deep enough for a sac fly.
Bivin deals. Up and away with a fastball at 96.
That might have been for a little show right there. Slider's been a pitch.
One, 2. McIntyre chases, and there's 2 down.
Boy, big time, huh? This pitch here had a mind of its own, folks. The best breaking ball by Bivin by far. Throws a fastball up, just kind of changes the eye level a little bit, and right behind it with a really good sweeping breaking ball. That ball moved a lot right to left.
So now there's 2 outs and a deep breath for Tucker Bivin, who will get the 9th man in the Beavers lineup, Cannon Reeder. Strikeout, fly out to center, ground ball to short, and he got hit by a pitch his last time last inning. First pitch in for a strike. Alex Alicea had the costly play on Peterson this inning. He will lead it off in the bottom of the 9th inning. Right now tied at 6 in this elimination game. This is hard to do. Only 2 teams in the history of this event have overcome a 3-run deficit in the 9th inning to avoid elimination. LSU in 2008, USC in 1973.
Wow.
The 1-1. Reeder pops it up. Behind first, Davis backpedals, inning over. Tucker Bivin picks up Alex Alicea and keeps this game tied at 6. Oregon State has battled all season. Their superstar shortstop, Iva Arquette, got it started. Gavin Turley and company tie it. And now Louisville bats in the bottom of the 9th.
should I wash my dress?
You should use a delicate cold cycle.
Okay. Do I just put it in?
Remember to turn it inside out to protect the sequins.
Can I put it in the dryer?
The icon on the tag says no.
Oh, thank goodness I asked. You just saved date night.
Popeyes brings you Bowl Louisiana Crunch, wrapped up and ready to roll. Our hand-breaded chicken tenders wrapped in a flour tortilla with lettuce, cheese, and pickles prove that big flavors come in small packages.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
We're here for our convertible.
How about an SUV?
Want to get out of here?
Where are those trucks?
We're right here.
Whatever it is, we're here for it.
For Louisville and Oregon State, and Alex Alisea unfortunately has been right in the middle of it.
Yeah, a couple double play balls where the runners have been right in front of the baseball, and both opportunities that were not finished end up allowing runs to score. This one right here, the inning would have still been alive, but instead of them losing the lead, they'd have held the lead by one. You know, nobody feels worse than Alex Alisea, but what an opportunity here to make up for it, lead off the ninth, and give yourself a team to walk off the Beavers here by being a leadoff base runner.
Yeah, if he gets on and scores, nobody will remember the arrow.
Against Kellen Oaks, who got a double play in the 8th inning. And 95 for ball one to Alisea, who was squaring. What a swing by Iva Arquette, the biggest home run we've seen hit here at 418 feet. Alisea pulls back, and it's 2-0 from Oaks. Alisea is playing, as we've talked about all weekend and into this week, with, as Dan McDonald said, a jacked up thumb. He said Alisea personifies the spirit of this team. 2-1. A program that fought to get Louisville back to this stage. First trip back to Omaha since 2019. 3-1. Dan McDonald talked about rising from the valley. A program that missed 3 of 4 NCAA tournaments altogether. Something that seemed unfathomable for the Cards. Full count.
Well, I know you don't like how it ended up, but at the end of the day, you got top ball game up to bat with the top of your order. I think if the game when the game started, the Cardinals would have taken that opportunity. Now you got to cash in on it.
Just off the edge, ball 4. Wow. What a take by Alex Alisea, who atones and works a leadoff walk.
And this ball's off. Casey Moser has had a heck of a day behind the plate today. It's a breaking ball that just doesn't quite get back to the corner bin, and that's the right call, as this one kind of wraps around the edge but never actually gets back to it. And here you go. Leadoff man on in the bottom of the ninth, tie ball game.
And now you got options at this part of the lineup with Alisea on and Lucas Moore, all his speed and the way he handles a bat in the box. 33 bags you see for Alex Alisea.
Yeah, I think Lucas Moore bunts here, don't you, Ben? You got to be able, you got to make them pick the ball up and throw out the fastest guy on the field, and then you give the 2 hottest hitters in your lineup, or 3, Klein, Monroe, and King, a chance to win it for you.
More squares, pops it up. Long way to go for Weber and out of his reach. Nearly gifted to Oregon State.
That'll make your heart skip a beat if you're in the Louisville dugout.
From Lucas Moore, first team All-ACC sophomore center fielder. He's had a fabulous season this year. He squares. He pops up another.
Now Dan McDonald wants a timeout. He needs to chat with the center fielder. No, there's a lot of programs that work on bunting. None more than Louisville. Second in this field in sacrifice bunts behind only Coastal Carolina. What do you think, Ben? Think they keep it on?
I think so. You think he trusts him enough? I think he does.
I think he does. The other question is, again, he's probably not going to hit into a double play. But what you don't want is that you fear the strikeout and the runner doesn't advance.
You got your big bats coming after Moore, of course. Matt Klein, catcher, captain in the 3 spot, and then Jake Monroe swinging probably the hottest bat for Louisville in the cleanup spot. So is it still on for Lucas Moore on an 0-2 from Kellen Oaks? The pitch, he swings and chops it just foul.
That was almost a little slash for a second and third situation right there.
That had a little Ichiro on it right there, just a rocket down the third baseline that just missed.
Tension caked all over this 9th inning again. Moore lines one down the left field line, and it tails foul. And you said it had some Ichiro. That's what Dan McDonald said to us the other day, that's something Lucas Moore practices.
A little backside slash, almost a grounder. Now this time a line drive.
Get a little hairy with the feeding fastball.
I was about to say.
Like a breaking ball down, but a breaking ball down allows the runner at first base, Alisea, and that's the problem.
0-2. Moore pokes it foul. He got a changeup at 91. And now they're going to say catcher's interference on Wilson Weber.
No way.
So from a 2-strike count, Moore battling, he gets aboard, and the winning run is in scoring position.
Well, that can happen when a hitter's letting the ball travel as much as Lucas Moore was right there. You just don't see a whole lot of that in Division I baseball. This thing, he lets it get so deep into the mid that it's almost being caught, and just, a no-doubter.
Catcher's interference.
Wow. Mitch Canham, a former catcher in his own right, of course, 2-time national champ behind the plate for Oregon State, comes out to talk with Casey Moser. But for both you guys, I mean, that's just a product of the way Moore hits, right?
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, it's. I think when you saw the previous 2 pitches, Ben, how late he swung on those 2, it doesn't shock me this happened, but he's hitting it literally out of the mid.
Yeah, he's letting it get as deep as he can. And why wouldn't you? I mean, you got to respect the breaking ball. You got 2 strikes on you, and just trying to shoot it the other way. All right, how many sacrifice bunts on a year for Matt Klein?
Hold, please.
Let's get the interns on it.
Zero.
None, huh?
Oregon State is challenging the call of catcher's interference. The previous play is under video review.
I guess might as well if you're Mitch Canham. It is something that is subject to a challenge. Catcher's interference with the batter's swing is allowed. You can't do it on a squeeze play or stealing home, but you can do it in spots like this. So you can challenge this if you're Mitch Canham, and let's try to listen to it.
Time. That's catcher's interference. First.
Casey Moser all over it again, and couldn't hear it as much as you could see it on the replay we showed, where the glove clearly got bent down by the bat of Moore. Yeah, this is the look right here.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty clear.
It's confirmed. There is catcher's interference. Oregon State will lose the challenge if it has 1 challenge left.
I feel like we've seen so much more of it in recent years, too, with the way catchers are trying to steal strikes a little bit lower in the zone, maybe closer to home plate. That number, when you measure where catchers set up, has changed the last few years.
You got to be bunting here, right, Berkey?
I would think.
Even though he doesn't have one this year, you got to do it. Now, if you're Oregon State, what are you going to put on right here?
Some sort of crash play, right?
Yeah,
either the wheel.
If I can say, is the wheel play on here? Probably going to get picked behind the runner first and second, and maybe put the wheel play on.
Louisville fans have been taken on a roller coaster that now leads to Matt Klein. Again, the guy who missed about 2 months with a broken bone in his wrist. And a few days later, Dan McDonald had a captain's meeting with the 5 captains, Klein one of them. And at the end of it, Dan McDonald took out his phone and showed Matt Klein who Warren Morris is. Hit the most famous home run in this event to walk off a national championship. Warren Morris had missed 42 games with a broken hamate bone, only to return, eventually swing, and eventually do that.
Only home run he hit that year, Warren Morris.
Incredible story. Well, here's Matt Klein right in the middle of something at the CWS.
With his dad, Scott, hardly able to watch. Klein does square, bunts it in front of home plate off the glove of Oaks. And they're loaded with nobody out.
Man, this has been a wild 9th inning, hasn't it?
Now, let me ask you something. If he catches it and throws it to first base, are you walking Monroe anyway?
Yes.
So it doesn't feel quite as big as if this game was not tied, but it just more another example of the pressure that's out there on the field right now. And now you got to deal with Monroe and King.
Well, he
somehow try to post a 0.
He just picked his head up just enough, and the ball hits in the tip of the glove.
And so Rich Dorman, the pitching coach, makes the walk out to the mound for Kellen Oaks, who's had 17 pitches. There is action in the Beavers bullpen.
Is it not surprising they didn't run some sort of action to try to keep the runner from going to third? I mean, they basically played that one just straight up.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up. I really thought we were going to get a pick behind the runner at second, like you typically do, try to keep him closer to the bag, and then maybe try to put the wheel play on and get that lead out over third.
And look who's coming in. Zach Edwards, a freshman who hadn't thrown in more than a month before he pitched on Sunday against Coastal Carolina. He looked nasty. So all of a sudden, the freshman is tasked with saving Oregon State's season. He enters into a bases-loaded, no-out spot in a tie game in this elimination game in Omaha.
No. I added way too much sugar to my gochujang pasta sauce. What do I do now?
What if we turn your gochujang pasta sauce into some tasty cookies?
Sweet. Tell me how.
Add butter to the sauce.
What's next?
Mix it all together.
Done. Now what?
Bake it for 10 minutes.
Got it. So good.
While they munch on Popeye's Crunch, Dante dreams away, missing out on all these new Louisiana flavor-rated wraps. Don't be like Dante.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
My stepdad used to say the best way to know a thing is to take it apart, put it back together. Then you can see what it's really made of.
You should take your dad's advice. Break yourself down. Might be a hero in there after all.
Ironheart, streaming June 24, only on Disney+.
Hello, hello, hello.
Get same-day delivery and text a personal shopper for last-minute additions. Just tap Target.
This bottom of the 9th inning in a wild one as we welcome you back to Omaha, Nebraska in the Men's College World Series. Ben McDonald, Chris Burke, Mike Monaco with you upstairs. These two teams, 2 times in 5 days, have played games that are practically inexplicable.
Yeah, there's been a lot of action. That's very entertaining. We've had fun. I don't know if the 2 skippers are enjoying the defense, but how about bringing a freshman in this situation, Ben?
This is a huge ask. I mean, nearly an impossible ask to bring a freshman in, bases loaded, nobody out, and ask him to get out of this jam right here. There's the numbers on the year. He's got a 6 ERA. Now, he can strike you out. 21 strikeouts. It's big-time stuff. And we saw it the other day against Coastal. 25 pitches. It was some big-time stuff, and he's going to need every bit of it to get out of this one.
Against Jake Monroe, Louisville's perhaps hottest hitter. First pitch up high from Edwards at 98, who again hadn't pitched in more than a month. Mitch Canham told us this morning that yesterday in practice they used Edwards' outing as an example to the team of staying ready. Well, this would be Herculean from Edwards. Monroe cuts through a filthy tight breaking ball. Monroe had a 2-run shot in the third. Junior college transfer who was just craving an opportunity out of high school, he told us. 3 years later, he got it with the Cards at the D1 level. The 1-1. Monroe chops it foul, and it's 1-2. Can Louisville return the favor to Oregon State after their zany one on Friday night? Speed at third with Alicea.
Well, if he could take 98 now and get it right above the top of the zone.
1-2. Good take by Monroe.
Big time take right there. We talk about how polished Monroe is at letting the ball travel. Even with the guy throwing 98 miles an hour, he does not look sped up.
With Jake Monroe's family watching here on the biggest possible stage in Omaha. Edwards 2-2. Is strike 3 called, and there's one away.
Well, I'm telling you what, you can't throw a better breaking ball than that right there. That's knocking a little paint right off the outside part of the plate.
So there's one down, and Eddie Chance ring out for Eddie King. Dan McDonald pointed at Eddie King a couple of months ago and said, this is your time to pick us up, when Louisville was dealing with injuries. Now he can save their season. First pitch swinging, fouled off. Eddie King got serenaded with chants of his first name during the Super Regionals back in Louisville. Eddie said it means everything to me. He's been here for all the ups and downs for the Cards. Edwards 0-1. Blocked by Weber. What a stop behind the plate. Wow. Speaking of saving a season.
Got to have it. You got to be able to spin that breaking ball with the conviction to get a swing and a miss, and you got to trust your catcher. One knee down, get around that thing just enough, Ben, to keep that one in play.
It wasn't perfect, but it worked. And now again, that's the danger of one knee, right? Being able to move laterally.
Zach Edwards ready with a 1-1 that sails 2-1 on Eddie King. Eddie's family here watching. They have seen the journey. It's included injuries at times, including his freshman season in 22 and at the beginning of this year when he got off to a slow start. But now he's been raking recently. 2-1. Eddie King skies it to center. Reeder backs up. That is plenty deep. Alicea tags to the plate. He scores, and Louisville lives. Eddie King is the hero, and there might not be a bigger exhale at this event than the one from Alex Alicea at home plate. Down to Danny.
Eddie King Jr., how's your heart rate right now?
It's pretty high up there. That was
was probably one of the biggest at-bats of my career. So I just wanted to come through, try to be simple. I don't have to get a base hit right there, so I just try to move the ball.
Well, that hit keeps your team in Omaha another day. How do you describe the fight in the Cardinals?
Like I said a lot of times before, this team is special. You know, we get knocked down, but we get right back up. So we just got to keep continuing to do that.
I saw you talking to Jake Monroe before your at-bat. What did he tell you?
I was asking him how the slider was moving, but, you know, he just, we relayed pitches and, like, how movements and all that stuff to the other hitters. So, you know, it was just being a good teammate talking to me.
What does it sound like hearing an entire crowd here chant your name?
It's amazing, you know, even from the start of the Super Regionals, that's where it really started, but it's just amazing. It's something special, and I'm so glad I get to come through for Card Nation.
How good does it feel to stay one more day in Omaha and play for a title?
It's amazing, you know, one step closer, you know, so just keep fighting to advance.
Congratulations, go celebrate.
Thank you, thank you.
Mike.
Danny, thank you. Great stuff with Eddie King. Fitting that he's the one to keep Louisville in Omaha. And hats off to Oregon State. A special ride, a schedule unlike any in the country. And Mitch Canham led this group back. And a moment for King with Alex Alicea, who, man, you could see the emotion draped all over him when he got to home plate.
The relief of a player that was carrying a heavy burden. And then, of course, the agony of defeat. Oregon State played like champions throughout this entire postseason, but ultimately came up just a bit short. What a season they had.
Hats off to the Beavers. It was a special ride for that group this season as an independent, no less. All right, so here we go. We are down to 5, and Louisville will get Coastal Carolina tomorrow, 2 o'clock Eastern time, right here on ESPN. Still to come tonight, 7:30 Eastern for our 3rd game of the day. That was something. A wild 9th inning. That was fun, boys.
Pretty good back-to-back days
It
here,
just keeps getting better and better, man, with these games. It's crazy. I hate it for Oregon State. They fought their tails off, man, to get there, but just come up a little bit short.
Sports Center is next for Danny Wexelman, Ben McDonald, Chris Burke, and our entire crew led by Sean Jackson and Jeff Evers. Mike Monaco saying thanks for joining us here in Omaha. Don't forget, 7:30 Eastern here on ESPN. UCLA and Arkansas for now. Shea Cornett and Phil Murphy, all yours.